of Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I'm your host, Brother Abe Cias here. I got a special guest tonight, a friend of mine, Brother Carlito Castro from Cryptid Paranormal, I
Cryptid and
believe.
Kingdom.
Crypt, Cryptid and Kingdom Paranormal.
No, Cryptid
Uh,
and Normal Kingdom. Yeah.
yeah, he's a good friend of mine. I've been knowing him for years. Uh, He's got his own group. He's just been off the net because he's been busy working and stuff.
Yeah.
So he contacted me and said he want to do a live here because he's been seeing the late night lives when I'm up late early in the morning.
Yeah.
So he said he wanted to be a part of this for tonight. So he's the special guest that we have here tonight. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the members of Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, Brother Carlito.
All right, sure. No problem. Thank you, Abe. Yeah. I'm a longtime friend of Abe. Man, I'm gonna say what a maybe about 6 years now, seven maybe, since we first started, getting to know each other. And I ran into him. I ran into him on Facebook, I believe. I didn't know him yet, and I seen him do like videos like he does now. He's been doing those forever. Uh, in his group, and I would see him, and then I joined. Obviously, I joined this group and everything, and I'm like, man, this dude's pretty cool, man. I like the way he talks about his experiences and all this, and we we pretty much met up, and we had a good bond since the very beginning that we met, and we kind of knew each other too because of Marvin Allen, which is another guy that we used to watch and go to his live feeds too. Great guy, Marvin, by the way. Marvin Allen, guys, if you know him, he just recently came out again, Abe, on
Oh
Vic.
yeah,
Yeah, he recently came out on Vic's show like a week or 2 weeks ago. I can't remember which one it was. I think yeah,
yeah.
and
I hadn't seen them come out in a while.
yeah. He's been out of the picture for a long time now. I believe he said no. I did. I remember he said on Vic's show because I heard it, listened to it, and he said that he had like three deaths in the family within
Oh,
like 3 years, bro. So that's why he was like kind of out of the picture for a while. So that's a lot. He has a lot on his plate, to deal with. Three family members dying within 3 years. That's a lot, dude. So I
sometimes when
yeah.
those things surface up, things like that happen. How you doing, Sister Madeline Chap? How you doing? Yeah. Sometimes when things like that happen, like where you're seeing the dog man or a possible Bigfoot or shadow figures, that things like that fall in place. Like to me, there are some. I feel like sometimes they're like when you see them, it's like warning that something's going to happen somewhere or to somebody, kind of like a messenger of death or a hellhound, or a toll collector.
Yeah,
That's what I feel
that could be
when
that.
and I see them all the time. So what I do is a lot of praying, or if I get an image of something in my head of something happening to somebody, like an accident or something, I rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name because you know the spiritually we can sense what's around us. So if we see an image or something like that, it's not that we're thinking about it; it's what's around it that it's got bad intention. So you have to rebuke it,
Right,
in
right,
Jesus Christ's name,
yeah,
especially if it just comes out of the blue, you know.
right, right.
But sorry to hear that about
Mar-
brother
Marvin,
Marvin Allen losing his family members. We'll keep them all in prayer and for them to
yeah.
make it
Prayers to
into the
Marvin.
heaven,
Yeah.
into the heavenly kingdom. And prayers to Marvin Allen.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely, brother. And yeah, as far as for me, bro, yeah, you said it right. I recently got a new job in February, and since February till now, till recently, I've been working my ass off, brother. Like 6 days a week, sometimes even seven. But I try not to do seven because the seventh day is just free for the government. Everybody knows that, and
Yes.
you can't be too greedy. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, it's been what February, March, April, May, June, like 5 months now, and I finally got down to 40 hours right now with weekends optional. So I
Oh,
took
that's
it.
good.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And that's the reason too why I haven't been doing my podcast, my channel, which is
Yes, I know you have been busy with work, man. You
yeah,
look like you lost some weight too.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and the heat and stuff, you know.
Yeah, yeah, with the heat, sweating a
We
lot, sweating a
we got
lot.
a couple of people here. We got Pepe Shadley and Davy Jones Locker.
Baby Jones Locker. Hmm.
Good evening.
Yeah, man, and like I said, really tiring, bro. Really tiring when you haven't been working for a while. Like me, I hadn't been working at at my with what my trade is. You know, what I mean, pipe fitter. I work in the industrial plants. You know, like refineries and stuff.
Yes.
I hadn't been working. I was doing my own thing. You remember
Yeah.
remodeling, right? Remodeling.
Remodeling.
Yeah, and I was doing that for about a year and a half, maybe. So I was basically my own boss. I loved it, man, but the money wasn't all that great. You know what I mean? So that's why I had to take this, opportunity with this new job, which is guaranteed, 40 hours, sometimes even 50, 60, 70 hours, whatever.
Wow.
Yeah, because we work like anywhere from 10-hour days to 12-hour days, bro. So yeah, again, it's very tiring, man. Very
Yeah.
exhausting. When you get home, you don't want to do nothing but lay down in the AC on your bed, you know what I'm saying, with a pair of
Yeah.
boxers
Yeah.
out, or take a shower, get something to eat, and boom, by the time you turn back and look at the clock, it's already time to go to sleep because you got to wake up the next morning at
Well,
5.
what time you get off? Early in the morning?
Yeah, I get up like 5:30 in the morning, bro.
Man, I used
Yeah.
to have a job like kind of like that, but as an order filler, I had to get up at 3 in the morning to make it to work by 4.
Oh yeah,
A-
man. The oil field.
And
Yeah.
I would work from 4 all the way till 7 in the afternoon, 8 o'clock till the job was done. So, because some
Yeah.
people wouldn't show up to work on the weekends, because I would work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like 4 days.
Yeah.
But it would be a lot of hours because on Sundays people wouldn't show up to work. So I'll be working all day on Sundays, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. Yeah, oil field is long hours, bro. I know that. I've heard them work like 16 hours days and stuff too, man. That's crazy, bro. Like damn, 16-hour days. They work like 80 something, 90 hours a week. I was like, man, that's crazy. But anyway, yeah, man. So yeah, anyway, I've been really busy with work. Like I said, been tired, but I don't even have time to like try to get guests on my show and none of that
Yeah.
stuff. None of that stuff, bro. Like I barely even had time to reply to the people I
Well,
talked to on Twitter,
I
like
know job
you,
is priority,
we,
man.
I
When you
talk,
kind of
yeah, yeah,
want
like
to
you
take your
got,
family and stuff,
yeah,
you gotta do what you gotta do to survive, man.
yeah, 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 yeah. And well, the thing is that it's very tiring, bro. It's like it's not much that we do heavy work or anything like that. No, it's just the long hours in in the heavy sun. You know what I mean? During the day,
Yeah.
man. And sometimes you got to climb structures, in the plants. You got to climb structures like 4 5 7, stair, 7 flights, and
Wow.
man, yeah, bro. And it's so tiring, man. It's tiring,
Then the
tiring.
pipes are hot too, no?
Yeah, yeah. And then some of
Wh-
the are hot.
When
Yeah,
you're trying to guide him in.
walk by.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's real hot. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, man, that's the reason, and I think I'm gonna make a little short video soon, to let my followers know that that's what I've been doing, and apologize that I've been inactive for a while, right?
Well,
Of course,
yeah.
they're gonna understand, because it's work, it's it's a job, whatever, right? So,
Yes.
but yeah, I really want to get back in there, man. So hopefully now that I got my 40 hours only a week, and weekends optional if I want to go to work, like another extra day or 2 days, whatever, that's optional. So hopefully now I have time to do more of my shows, get on lives like this with you now. Oh, a reason too, guys, this is real funny. Abe's been asking me to, join him on his lives like tonight for a while now. Like I'm gonna say what, about a year, 2 years maybe.
Yeah.
And
I think we done one before on
we,
spiritual encrypted encounters.
yeah, we
One
did it.
time.
Did it on my laptop. Remember, it
Yeah.
was me, you, and Jesse. But the thing is that my front camera was broke on my phone, so I couldn't really do it, unless I was sitting down, in front of on my table in front of my laptop But now I called Dave. I said, "Hey man, I got my phone fixed. Well, actually, I got a new phone, and my camera works now." He's like, "Oh, that's good, man." Yeah, I said, "So now I can come on with you?" He's like, "Hell yeah." I said, "Are you gonna do it live this weekend?" He's like, "Yeah, man. You want to come on?" I said, "Yeah, hell yeah."
I
So
do it live like just about every day, man.
yeah,
Monday,
I've seen
7
that.
days a week. You know,
Yeah,
not unless I can't and I won't, but
right.
like last night's live was late at night, like around I think 2:30 in the morning. It was late. And I still have viewers. I still have 400 and something viewers because
Yeah.
I get viewers from the other side of the world.
Wow.
So some of them take, they understand
Yeah.
what we're speaking about, and they'll
Yeah.
be viewing. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like at the end of the feed when I'm done, it'll say 480 views or stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. 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 Hell yeah. That man, that's
But we
good.
get some loyal spiritual encounters people that jump in here. They come from all parts of the
Yeah.
United States and around the world. So Carlito is about cryptids and all this. I know one thing that I want to talk about because I know he knows about this will be talk to him about the nagual, what that is. Because I
Oh.
know if you, I don't know before you say anything. I remember seeing the Canelo Munguia fight.
Uh huh.
I don't know, have you seen that the boxing fight?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
when they were going to get in the fight before they got in the fight, they showed some previews of where they come from
Hmm.
and where Canelo come from. You could see a fire burning. You could see some natives from Mexico wearing their tribal things. And there was one that had like the face of a wolf or a coyote on its head, which I think it would be like a nagual. You know,
Right. Right.
so I think that's what the name is, right? Nagual.
Nagual. Yeah. Nagual. Yeah. Nagual. I don't know exactly how you spell it, but I've seen it spelled Nahual. Nahual. That's how they spell it. But yeah, the lore behind that, well, that's what we're mainly gonna concentrate tonight, guys, on Mexican lore. Which is the all those strange and scary things from Mexico, right? The folklore.
Yeah.
Nahual is one of them. Nahual, for what I know, Abe, and you know what? That's the thing. People have different point of views of the Nahual, man. But
Yes.
the one, as far as what I know, is that the Nahual, bro, it's a like a pretty much a devil dog, the devil dog, which is I think I the way I describe it is a manifestation of the devil in a form of a dog. That's what I depict it as. You know what I mean?
Yes. So
And
it's not a person like a shapeshifter skinwalker,
nope, nope. It's a manifestation
a
of
manifestation.
the devil in the form of a dog, a black dog
Oh, a
with
black
red,
dog,
yeah, with
red
red,
eyes,
yeah,
kind
big
of
fat,
like a kind of like a hellhound.
yeah,
Maybe
kind
probably
of.
looks. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep, and I've heard many stories, bro. Growing up, I'm gonna say I'm basically first generation here in the United States in my family. My both of my parents were from Mexico, um,
Yes.
and I have a lot of nephews and even grand nephews now, which are kids from my nephews or whatever.
Hmm.
And I guess they're second and third generation, right? And I remember growing up, and my mom, being from Mexico, and my dad also, they told us a lot of stories about that. Man, my mom told me one time that she was walking with her mom and her aunt. I don't know, just a couple of family members, right? This was back in old Mexico, and it's a small ranch in Guanajuato. Guanajuato is a state,
Oh, yeah.
right? Yeah, kind of like kind of like Monterrey. Monterrey is a state, right? Uh, San Luis Potosí is a state. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
that's up
Just
go towards like the
an example.
mountain areas,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, the northern
Mountain
areas.
region.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But Guanajuato's down south. It's like close to Mexico City, close to
Hmm.
East Potosi, close to I don't know what else is over there. Um, Puebla, those deeper south states, right? So anyway, my mom told me that when she was little, she was walking. They were walking in this small little dirt road, because that's the way it was back then when she was small. And I don't know if it was her uncle or her cousin or something. It was a guy. It was a guy, right? And he was little, just like them. They were all little, right? Their mom and aunts and everything, they were grown up. But anyway, they said that one of my uncles, he kind of, got too far in front of him or whatever, because I guess he was mad about something, and he was just like,
Oh,
ah,
shoot, that's a spiritual opening right there. You're mad,
yeah,
you know?
get y'all, I'm gonna go my own way, whatever. He thought he was brave or whatever. And this was at night, bro. This is at night.
Yeah.
So imagine a back road at night, bro, where
A
there's no,
dirt road in the
yeah,
monte,
yeah,
the woods.
yeah, yeah. So she said that he walked ahead of them for about, I don't know, I'm gonna say about half a mile ahead of them, and uh, all of a sudden they see him running back to them, right? And they're like, "What's wrong with this dude? Or what is he up to, man? He's mischievous. He's gonna try to play a prank on us or something."
Yeah,
She said he came back pale white, bro. Pale freaking white. Like, he was dark skinned, right? He was dark
yeah.
skinned. Came back pale white, bro. Like that. I'm
Fear,
like,
fear.
yeah, fear. Like something scared the living crap out of him. And they asked like, what's wrong? What's going on? Why you running back, and why you all, short breath or whatever? He's like, oh, I gotta tell y'all what I just saw. Y'all not gonna believe it. Y'all not gonna believe it. He was trying to, but he couldn't really put his words together. He was so frightened or whatever, right?
Yes,
So they say they finally got him to calm down and explain what he saw or what he went through. Well, they said when he finally calmed down, dude, they said that, oh, by the way, Madeline Chap, hi, how you doing? I see you're a moderator for my good buddy Abe. Thank you for being here tonight, Madeline. So anyway, dude, she said that he finally got a couple words in to explain what it was or whatever, and he was like, el diablo, el
oh
diablo.
shoot.
Yeah, like what the? And they were like, what the hell are you talking about, devil? What? Well, he said, yeah, it's the diablo. He's like, how do you know it was a Diablo? He's like, well, first I seen him. He looked like a black dog with red eyes, big fangs. You know what I mean? And he said fangs, bro. He didn't say, like a. I'm gonna guess like a wolf. When they
Yeah,
snarl.
the canines, yeah.
So she said that he was trying to describe what it looked like and everything. She said it was like a dog. That's all he said. It was dog. He didn't say wolf. He said dog. So it was like a big, huge black dog, but he said it was tall, dude. Like he was a kid, right? But you know how kids, I don't know. I'm guessing like maybe 10 years old, 9 years old, 10 years
Yeah,
old. Oh, 10-year-olds is basically 3 feet, right?
yeah,
Around. Okay. Well, he said it was as tall as him, but on all four legs. So that thing was that tall on all four legs, right? So that was huge.
yeah,
Um, and he's like, yeah, and he snarled at me. First, he growled at me, and I'm like, "What the hell?" Like, hey, whoa, 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 hold on. He thought it was maybe a wolf or a coyote, a big, huge coyote or something. But he couldn't make it out because it was so dark, right? And this thing was black. He said, but then I don't know how it came out to where like the moonlight hit him or whatever, and he said that's where he really got a good look at it. And he said his mouth was like slobbering, dude, like slobbering, and he was growling, and he saw the big fangs, he saw the red eyes, and he said he got like
and he
struck.
sounds like, he never described it as, like, his hair stood up or sense anything like that, like
My
it's something, like, when it's like an animal, but when your senses kick in, like your hair stand up, that
Oh,
your
right,
senses.
right. Yeah, like the heebie-jeebies, right? When you get,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah. No, he didn't say he didn't feel anything like that until he saw it. Then yeah, he was frightened out of his mind when he really saw it. First he heard the ground, he's like, oh, probably a coyote, probably whatever. He didn't think much of it. But then when he saw a good look at it, when it walked into the road where the moonlight was hidden, right? That's when he got a good look at it, and he was scared out of his mind. Didn't know what to do. He didn't know if he should run or not or what or yell. He said that he wanted to yell, but it wouldn't come out. He was like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh," like trying to yell or something, and it wouldn't come out. It wouldn't let him like yell.
So you just took off
Something
running.
like yeah, like fear wouldn't let him yell. Pretty much, I'm guessing,
He,
right?
he, probably, he probably was like Usain Bolt going down that dirt road, man. If he was
Yeah,
scared like that, oh
yeah.
man.
No, and then check this out, man. She said that that they kept asking him like what happened, what did he do, what did he say, or did he say anything, or did you just hear him growl, what all went down, did you tell him anything, did you provoke him? No, I said I tried to yell. He said, but I couldn't. I felt like in my mouth, it wouldn't come out. Like holy and they're like, what, that's crazy. So anyway, he said that finally when he really really got scared is when that thing talked to him, bro. He
Oh
said it.
man.
Yeah, he said he talked to him like, "What are you doing here? Why are you here all alone?" That's what that he was asking him that. And this dumbass, he couldn't tell him. Well, I got mad and I went ahead, thinking I was all brave. He couldn't tell him all that, right? He couldn't believe he was, actually like listening to him talk to him. But he said, "What are you doing here? Why are you here all alone?" You know. Now, I don't think the dog talked, but I think it might have been telepathy, where the dog was telling him that
Spirit,
through
spirit of
mind,
spirit.
through
Yeah,
mind,
spirit of spirit. Yeah.
and
Like spiritually talking to him spiritually. And he
yeah,
could send him.
yeah, yeah, like through the mind. He was just telling him through his mind. And he said he heard that. He said, "Holy, this thing's talking to me." So he took off running, dude, scared out of his mind, right? And he finally got back to where my mom and his mom and his aunt, my mom, all that. And he was scared out of his mind, bro.
They
And
probably
this,
had a cure him from mojo, man, for being
yeah,
scared.
hmm,
Had to do the egg thing on him,
yeah,
the evil eye, because
yeah,
when somebody gets scared like that, they can get sick, they can get a fever. So they probably had to cure him from susto, right? That's what it's called. When you cure from a susto, from being scared, you have to cure you with the egg, and if there's like because you actually rub it into something negative, so you
right,
have to
right.
do a cleansing.
Hmm. So, Madeline was asking what part of Mexico is my family from. They're from Guanajuato. That's like a southern state, like deep south. Um, Close to Mexico City. I'm guessing like 4 hours from Mexico City. I don't know if you
Hmm.
know where Mexico City is at. Yeah, but that is you can look it up. Guanajuato, the state, and well, anyway, I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna know the town or even the ranch, but the ranch was called San Pedro de los Naranjos. San Pedro
Naranjos.
Naranjos. Yeah, Naranjos is like tree,
Yeah,
orange tree or something like that.
a lot of agriculture, like where I come from, the
Yeah,
valles. I heard
yeah,
stories about the where the orange trees there, where there's dirt, this hellhounds would surface up like at the orange groves
yeah, yeah. The
down
grove,
over there. They
the
would say,
orange.
"Hey, don't stay there after 6
Yeah,
because this black dogs come out at nighttime, or
yeah.
whatever."
And if you see those orange groves, bro, like especially in Mexico, dude, they're freaking creepy, bro. I've driven by them, like during the day, and they're creepy.
Mhm.
Imagine at night, that's super creepy, bro.
Super
Anyway,
dark.
yeah, super dark, and they're just like the corn rows, where the corn crops, just like that, but they're oranges. They're orange trees, a whole line going that way, and then the whole line next to it, and the whole line next to that. So it's like I guess you could say like a little mini forest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the
Uh,
surcos, the rows, they're long,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
there's because there's the orange trees or the grapefruit trees, and there's like a space in between them, but they're pretty big trees, and it's the same trees that they pick the oranges and the grapefruit from.
yeah.
But yeah, I remember one time because my aunt used to live in Santa Rosa in the Valle. It was Santa Rosa, no, La Villa, and they had some orange groves there, and I would go running down I was a little kid. I was running down the surcos
Yeah.
through the dirt, and I would go to where the oranges is and grab an orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, told me not to go there lineup because some black dogs would come out or there would be something out there, and I didn't believe them, you know. So I was being a duende, not a duende like the little
Yeah. The
creatures,
little.
but I was Malias, you know. I was like a bad, like I did little kid that like there's nothing out there. I was
Yeah.
over there picking oranges, man, and I seen an old man looking at me, like an old man, you know, just looking at me. I don't
Yeah.
know where he came from or what, but that scared the hell out of me, man. And I took off running out of there. He was
Right.
like standing beside a orange tree, you know,
Yeah.
standing right beside it. I don't know who he was or what, but the way he was looking at me, it looks like he was like in disembodied form, kind of like a ghost, you know. So I just took off, and I said, I don't need to get no more oranges. So I was
Yeah.
good, you know.
Yeah. Hey, so that's my story on the or my knowledge on the nagual, which is
That
basically a
was.
right a devil
So which
hound.
is the other one that's kind of like a what's shapeshifter skinwalker that's from Mexico? There's ain't there one that's kind of like a shapeshifter skinwalker's got a certain name that comes from Mexico.
Yeah,
Uh,
there is, but I can't remember.
knuckle dish, the knuckle dish or
I
something
can't,
like that.
I can't remember the name right now,
It's
bro.
kind of like a shapeshifter skinwalker,
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
something that
that
double O dash or something
you know
like that.
that that does exist in Mexico, bro. And most of the times they're like shaman people.
Yeah, shaman. Yeah,
There's shaman, and brujos or whatever, and they
brujos.
have they have the power to.
Where they've been trying to cross. And
Mhm.
I had a cousin that was a border patrolman, and they said they were patrolling, and they seen a little girl that she was crying, right?
Mhm.
So they went up to the little girl that was crying, and they said, "What's the matter?" And she was all scared, and then she was saying that there's something about a chupacabra, right?
Yeah.
Chupacabra. And then they were like, "Where's your parents?" And then they started hearing something growling, like making this growl sound towards them. So they took off running with the little girl back to the border patrol vehicle, and
Yeah.
it's like they were freaked out because it sounded real crazy the noise. So when the sun rose, they went to go investigate, and they found the parents dead of the little girl. They
Right.
were dead, I guess by whatever was there. But he quit his job as a border patrolman after that. It's like he couldn't do it because it
Yeah.
scared the hell out of him.
Yeah. There's a lot of stories, and like you said, mainly, or like Madeline said, mainly in the northern Mexico. Um, there's a lot of stories about Bigfoot and Dogman,
Well, yeah,
especially dog. Yeah.
kind of like when people talk about that, they see like a hyena-like or a leopard-like being, with spots. That takes me to the Aztecs and the Mayans. They used to have shamans that were dressed with a head of a leopard or a cougar
Hmm.
from over there. And to me, they're possible shapeshifters that they can form into that hide of what they're wearing. So when people they say they see like a leopard like with spots or something with spots. That reminds me of the shapeshifters, or should I say, the shamans from there. People don't understand that there's shamans even in Mexico,
Yes.
but they're called different names.
Yeah. There's a lot of shamans in Mexico and rural, parts of Mexico where it's like little no-name towns and, you know, pretty remote out there, where there's no cities nearby or anything like that. Mainly like little ranchos and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Little small ranches. That's where they normally live.
Cure, yeah, and they were
Hey,
cured that way through medicine, herbal medicine.
yeah, and it's
Because
the same thing. Yeah, they there's good shaman and then there's bad shaman, right? Uh, and it's just like in the Southwest over here in the United States, man. You hear about shaman all over Arizona, Texas. Like Southwest part of the United States. A lot of New
there's a,
Mexico.
there's a locations where they're seeing all the shapeshifter skinwalkers, Oklahoma, Texas, Arizona, New
Yeah,
Mexico. some in
Yeah,
Cali, like
yeah,
all throughout the desert.
yeah. Mainly desert places. Yeah, and down in Mexico, the same thing with Sonora. That's like a desert. Sonora. That's a big state over there, big hot state, just kind of like Texas. In Monterrey too, all that around there. Those are like the northern states in Mexico, and it's really hot there, man. And there's a lot of desert around there.
A lot of witchcraft and occupancy in Mexico. A lot of brujas and brujos, uh, especially like in Guanajuato. There's
Hmm.
a lot of witchcraft there.
Yeah, a
Well,
lot of witchcraft.
a lot of witchcraft in Mexico and in the side of the border
Yeah, well,
because
Guanajuato. I don't know if you know this, but Guanajuato's really known for witches, brujas. But
didn't you say you have a story about that about What was it? No, you say you see something, but I heard about in Guanajuato where there's some kind of little alien, like a little alien that they captured or on camera.
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, there's a alien specimen that they caught, and he's a little creature guy, man. But I'm not too sure if that's an alien, bro, or if it's a
Or
duende type, man.
Duende, yeah, like a duende-like creature.
Yeah,
Yes,
because really small. They found like the skeleton of it, right, or whatever, and it was really small, man, really small, kind of like a little monkey, dude, to me.
yeah,
But it had like hominid feet, and it had everything, and it looked just like a little man. That's what it looked like, but with the like an alien type head. You know what I mean? So we don't really know if that's a duende or if it's a UFO. Now, Jaime Maussan, which is one of the biggest UFO guys in Mexico. I don't know if you guys know him, Jaime
yes,
Maussan. Yeah, he's like the biggest research UFO researcher in Mexico.
yes,
He has a lot of good videos and a lot of good explanations for most things in Mexico, creepy things. And he was talking about that little alien dude. He said that's a genuine, creature. It's not like many people were saying that it was a hoax. Somebody
yeah,
made that little guy, that little carcass or whatever. Somebody made it out of
yeah.
like clay or whatever, wax or whatever. No, he said and they had a study, and they said that yeah, it was genuine. It was genuine. It wasn't made by wax or anything like that. But like I said, I don't know if that's a real alien dude,
Yeah,
because it's really really small. It was only about like, I'm gonna say, like, if you see my hand, I'm gonna say about this big, like maybe 7, 6, 7 inches. Like this little cigarette box right here is like 3 inches, 3.5 inches.
yeah,
Wait a minute, probably can't sit right there. But this one right here, it's about 3.5 inches. Well, it was only a little bit bigger than that. Add like maybe like that. Add like maybe 2 more inches, three maybe.
yeah.
So it was about this big only. So that's little, dude. You're not real small. That's like the size of a duende. What we call
Yeah,
duende. Duende is a gnome. A gnome in the
I
United States
know.
is gnome. Yeah. So duende is a Spanish name for a duome, for a gnome. I'm sorry, duende. And duendes are now let's talk about duendes. Duendes are known to be little, small, mischievous creatures. Mischievous, like as in they do bad things. They're not they're not friendly. In other words, so there's many sightings. There's many
What are
videos.
they? You said the ones are like gnomes, right?
Yeah,
Basically,
yeah, gnomes.
duendes,
Yeah,
duendes. Uh,
like the little
yeah,
Keebler elf or whatever, kind of like that. But most of the times they're pretty ugly, dude. They're not like,
they wear like little druid robes and stuff with hoods, don't
yeah,
they?
yeah, with hoods and everything. Yeah, just like they draw them in the fantasy cartoons and stuff. Yeah, they really are like that. And I don't know if you've seen them. I've seen them throughout the years on YouTube. If you look up duendes in Mexico or just duendes in general, they'll show you a bunch. There's a bunch of videos
There's
out
some
there.
videos of them that they're real short and where they're crossing the street.
Yeah, yeah, they're crossing.
Uh, they're
I've,
probably as big as a cat,
yeah,
like,
yeah. I've seen
but the
one.
cats are but the cats are bigger than them.
Yeah, the cats are bigger. Yeah, the cats are big, way bigger. I think they only grow up to like maybe 8, 9 inches the most. But anyway, I've seen a lot of videos, dude, where like mainly in Mexico, believe it or not, mainly in Mexico. I haven't seen many here in the United States. Really, I've never seen any videos here. But the ones that I do
Mexico.
seen where they got them on camera, on film, moving, is in Mexico, dude. And that that's a lot. That's like a real common thing in Mexico. So I seen one where there was these kids playing in the street, and they were playing soccer, in the street,
Hmm.
and they were playing by this wall, you know, and they were playing. And this guy was acting like he was the goalie keeper right there, right in front of the wall, whatever. There was a little tree on the bottom. Let's say bottom right, his bottom right over here on
Hmm.
your bottom left on the camera. So anyway, the ball kind of went behind the thing or whatever, the little bush, and he went to go get the ball. And when he tried to go get the ball, that little duende or gnome came out running from behind there, from behind that tree to like another little tree area that was close to that. And they were like, "Holy shit!" When he tried to go, get the ball, he's like, "Holy shit!" Whatever. And like, "Oh shit, man, it's a duende, it's a duende, it's a duende!" And everybody started creeping out, and everybody started like running around and stuff, all scared. But it's on film, bro. It's on film, and that's got to be real. That can't be mechanical. And this was like maybe like in the '90s, bro. It was, we didn't have that high tech stuff like we do now. We didn't have that AI. We didn't have all that.
Yeah,
Uh,
the AI stuff is messing up a lot of things nowadays,
yeah,
man.
man. Yeah, it's getting bad, dude. It's getting bad
Is
where
there,
you can't believe anything you see anymore.
you seen the guys using AI for Bigfoots?
Yeah,
You can literally tell it's AI, and then they try to say it's a Bigfoot. It's like, man, come on.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, yeah, that's right,
So
man.
what are the duendes' main focus? Like just cause
Being mis-
mischievous, or do
mischief,
they
yeah.
attack little children, or they just attack anybody that
Anybody.
has a spiritual opening?
Those they don't care. Just anybody. I've seen Madeline say I've heard of people capturing videos of duendes in their homes in Mexico. Yeah. So there's some
Hmm.
videos where these kids are playing inside their house, and they're like right by a doorway from their
Yeah.
room where they're playing. And you can see like right past the doorway, you can see like the kitchen thing, that little table thing, or wherever the sink is, or whatever. And there's another room further down where you can see the door over there, which is kind of dark. Well, they're the same way. They're playing around this and that, and then all of a sudden you see a duende guy running from that dark door towards the kitchen or something, and they're like, whoa, man, and it looks so real, bro, and it looks so clear. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, dude, like they couldn't fake that back then, bro. Now you can, but back then
Yeah,
you
what was the name of the movie? Was it where there was a black cat and there was like a little duende? There was a movie and he had like a little sword. Just can't remember the name of the movie. It had what's the name of that actress? She was a kid then. Was it Drew Barrymore?
really,
There was a movie that's
I
something
can't.
like that of a little like a little gnome with a little he had like a little hood and he was always coming with a little knife and trying to be mischievous and stuff like that. I just can't remember the name of the movie.
Was it an '80s movie, '90s movie, or something?
80 like a 80s movie.
Oh, okay. Because I can't remember the one you're talking about right now, bro.
Yeah,
I can't.
but yeah, I've seen some of the videos of where they're walking down the road and they're walking kind of funny. Where it's supposed to be a duende with a little robe covering its head. You can
Yeah,
never really see how it looks, but
yeah,
it's got like a little hood over its head.
yeah, man. There's a lot of creepy videos out there, bro, that you can look up.
No, of course you got some videos from Mexico. There's people that said they're ghost hunting and they always encounter witches and all this stuff, but you could tell that those are fake, man.
Yeah,
They'll be like, it's more like comedy, like a comedy skit where they're like, no manches way, no manches way,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like
They're
that.
like, you don't want to.
They're
Yeah,
like, ¿qué quieres?
yeah,
¿Quién eres? ¿Quién eres?
That's like a authentic scary word when they see something scary like no manches, no manches. That means like oh shit, oh shit.
That's what they're saying. No manches. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah. That's what that means. So they can't believe what they're seeing, and that's the first thing that comes to their
Yeah,
mind.
and then sometimes they add no manches way. No manches. Vámonos.
Yeah,
Vámonos.
yeah.
No
Yeah,
manches way.
that's the way Mexican kids talk. No manches, way. No, they say a
¿Qué,
lot of
qué,
bad
qué
words.
estás mirando? No manches. Vámonos. Vamos. La bruja. La bruja. They were like,
Yeah, in
and you
case
see them crawling on the ground like on fours and stuff.
in
Like
case
I think one time I seen one where they made a video with a handicap witch where she
oh,
didn't have no legs and she's crawling on the ground. Like, come on, man. All you got
yeah,
to do is run and do a Pat McAfee and punt it in the face. See what
yeah.
happens.
That's I was gonna tell the people watching that that's a very common thing to see in Mexico. A bunch of kids, when they get excited, they say a lot of bad words, basically. But it's not like in a bad way. It's like it's like a group of friends. Like, oh shit, dude, fuck, what the hell was that? Stuff like that. It's not like really saying anything bad to anybody or anything. It's just that that's the way they talk when they get excited or scared or something. That's just
Vader Vibes says, I'm from New Mexico and there is a lot of duendes here. They're very mischievous. My
yeah.
grandma used to call them leperos.
Leperos, yeah. Leperos. I've heard of that. I've heard of that name.
Leperos.
Yeah. Yeah, see that's the thing. New Mexico, that's
It
another
kind of
like
it kind of sounds like paleros, leperos. Yeah,
yeah,
if you take the add an A, paleros,
yeah.
leperos.
And that's what we're talking about. The desert regions. That's where a lot of that creepy stuff happens. Both Mexico
So I wonder
and
where
United
they
States.
reside. If they live underground, if they're
I
like in the caverns.
I think they might live in like little caves or something like that, bro. That's what I'm thinking. That's why they're mostly seen like in desert regions. You know what I mean? Like I said, Sonora, Mexico. That's a real desert region. New Mexico's a big desert region too. All the Southwest, really, right?
Later tribes call them leprechauns.
Leprechauns, yeah, yeah. Well, that's pretty much the same thing as leperos, leprechauns.
Leprechauns.
Yeah.
But I know because the Irish ones are looking for gold, and I guess the ones from Mexico looking for pesos.
Oh, hey, look, check this out. You see what Bach Sun said? He said we have stories of the help me's, voices in the woods crying for help.
Oh, what happened to me?
Yeah, and Abe knows all about that. The help
Yeah,
me's.
that's what happened to me. When my sister woke me up, she said, "I think there's a woman needs some help because it sounds like somebody's doing something to her." I go
Yeah,
outside and I hear the woman crying for help. She's like, "Help me!"
yeah,
Yelling
yeah,
like somebody's doing something to her. And I get lured in there. I go in with a
yeah.
bat, and it turned out not to even be a woman. I'm there at like 3 in the morning, looking to see if I see any movement, but I don't see no movement. Ready to swing my bat at whoever's doing the harm.
Right.
But then when I look to the behind me, that's when I see those tall shadow figures with white glowing eyes.
Yeah,
They're tall, man, like over 9 foot. But you seen that video that I placed, a short reel,
yeah, yeah. I
what we're
seen it,
talking about
and
earlier?
that's one of your best ones, eh? I wanted to talk to you about that one, man. You should have that checked out, bro, like from a professional, because
Yeah,
that one right there, bro, it's really, really hard to try to say it's a fake. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's really hard to try to say it's a fake because there's a lot of lighting around there, so there shouldn't be no shadows in between the little bushes or nothing, bro.
But that's pretty tall. If you look at the original picture,
Yeah,
that's tall. That's got to be at least 13 foot tall, between 11 and 13 foot tall.
yeah,
Because those trees are pretty tall there.
yeah.
That was taken from the location where my friend used to live.
And you posted that video 3 days ago. I was looking at earlier,
Yes,
right?
Yes,
Did you post it on your YouTube channel too?
yes. I got
Okay.
it on the YouTube channel and I posted it there.
So if
But
anybody don't know what we're talking
what
about,
I've been doing a lot is going back through Google Maps, and I've been going to the locations where
right,
if I can get to the location that where people would say I've seen something here. So I'm going to locations where people have told me in the past, you know. So I'll go and
yeah,
look at the different years because I have like on Google Maps like different years of the location of the same location in which it changes. But I was able to capture that one. I could easily see it, man. Like, and that was the location that my friend would say every time I go to that area, I feel something there, or something's like sometimes I hear growls coming from that area. Hey, there's something here. It's something. Look how big it is compared to when you see somebody to tree level that they're recording somebody behind a tree, and the squash or the werewolf looks almost as the same height as he is.
right.
That's letting you know that it's somebody in a costume. But when you capture something that big, that's 11 to 13 foot tall, you're like, whoa, shit! And you can see the face, the ears, and everything.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's got like a wolf or a dog's head shape, you know,
Yeah,
to it.
yeah.
And if you guys are watching this right now don't know what we're talking about, go to Abe Cias's channel and look it up. It's
The show reels on the show
yeah, the
reels.
short reels. Yeah, it was posted 3 days ago. Look for it. Do you remember the name you put under that video, Abe, or no?
I believe Dogman. I think I put Lycanthrope Dogman or something like that.
I think you put DDN slash Dogman or something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
it's by a street, and
yeah,
I have the regular picture, and I go closer and closer and closer, in which you're able to see how big it looks from a distance. Then when you do a close up, how big it is when you
hmm
do the close up. So I would imagine being the close up would be very tall. If you can see it from a distance and it still sticks out like a thumb, from a distance in a picture, you
yeah,
do the close up is that big. I could only imagine how big the head probably was. You know.
yeah, yeah. And the thing I wanted to tell you, man, that I was observing it, right? What was it, today or yesterday? I was like, holy crap, man! I said that thing. There's no way. There's lighting all around the trees, so there's no way there should be some type of shadow there whatsoever.
Yeah.
There's plenty of lighting all around the trees. Now, if there was a shadow here, shadow there, then yeah, you could say, "Oh, it's just another shadow." But there's no shadows whatsoever, bro. Like that's the only shadow sticking out like a short thumb with the with the shape of a dog's head or a wolf's head or whatever. You can see the
Wait.
ears,
Yeah.
pointy ears. I'm like, God dang, man. There's no way to deny that one, man. So
I told
I
you
don't
they're big,
have
man.
hands, bro.
Uh, like I said, they're big. I'm like a midget. I'm like a duende compared to them.
Oh
That's why I
yeah,
call them the disembodied demonic Nephilim because they're freaking
right,
huge. So I'm like,
right.
I think I had a recording where I captured one looking at me from when I debunked the video. When I can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
So when I debunked the video, right? I was able to see. I was able to see the because I heard in the video something called me marranito.
Oh yeah, he told me about that.
They say marranito. So
Yeah,
marranito, if everybody knows what marranito means, they're calling me a little pig.
yeah,
I weigh 200 and I weigh 200 and freaking 58 pounds. And I said, what's calling me marranito? So I went back to the video to see if there
yeah,
was anything there, and I seen it. It was the head was right over the trees, and he's looking at me as he called me marranito. When he was saying marranito, he had opened his mouth. When he said marranito, and it stuck out his tongue, turned his head, and took off. But
yeah.
I caught him when the sun was setting, so I didn't really get a good picture of it. But that's the
Right.
one that I got. You could see the face, like the teeth and the eyes, the head. I wish I could have captured it better.
Hey, we got your cousin Jesse in the chat, man. What's up,
Hey,
Jesse?
yeah. How you doing, cousin Jessica Carvajal?
Yeah.
Yeah, so trust me, they can. They're, if the duendes are mischievous, they're mischievous because they can speak, man. They can
Yeah.
talk any language. They've been here on Earth for a very long time, so
Yeah.
they can speak any language. They, I've heard them speak like the old language, like old different language from back in the day. I don't understand what they're telling me,
Right.
but they can speak for you to understand them.
Yeah.
And it's when you debunking like it was one when I was debunking it.
That's out of this world, right? But the thing I was gonna tell you, bro, is like I don't know why. Well, I do know why, and we always talk about it being you that these demonic, Nephilim creatures that you see. I think they're interdimensional, bro. I don't think they're here in the flesh, but they
They're like
appear.
in spirit form, in
Yeah,
spirit
yeah,
form,
appear.
or they could possibly be like elementals,
Yep.
some sort of that way. But it's dealing with the spirit. So
Yeah,
since they're demonic, they can manifest in using the elements. I
right.
believe that's what they do. That's why they move real fast. When people say, I think I seen a blur. If you were recording the blur and you lower down the speed, you're going to see something in the beastly form moving. So you
But
lower down the speed, you're able to capture it for how
yeah,
it looks.
like that one you had like 3 months ago. Remember, it went right past your camera, and you could see
It
how the
stops.
pixelation, kind of blends. Kind of like I don't know, like if you're underwater and you shoot a bullet in there. What does it look like? Kind of ripples, right?
Yeah,
That's kind of what it did on your camera because you have it on video.
yeah,
And you posted that little short clip where you were talking, and then right behind you, boom, something just goes like that, but you can't see anything. It's what it is it just moves so fast that you can't see it, and it just kind of distorts the pixelation. Kind of like I guess you could say, kind of like the Predator.
yeah.
Where you can see it's there, but you can't make it out. It's just something moving. You know,
Man, I've seen it
like that.
where I was making my video, like what 2 weeks ago when I went out there. I was walking, and on my camera it looks like everything's recording perfectly, right?
Yeah,
So through my parallel vision, I see something floating behind me, and I try to capture it on camera, and I could see it looking at me. It's like it's daytime. It's off the ground, in shadow figure form, and it's looking at me, and I'm trying to capture it, but it's kind of like the how should I say? I can't move fast enough. Like there's some kind of
yeah,
time. How should I say? Like I'm moving slower in time than how fast it's moving. That I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
able to. I'm not able to move my camera fast enough. So
Right,
by the
right.
time I move, it's kind of like I'm moving like this, slow motion.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
it's because it's moving that fast,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I try to
But
capture it, and it did
a
it.
regular phone doesn't really catch up with a moving object, especially if it's
Yeah,
going fast. Like this is a proven fact. You can even try to record a plane and you won't catch all of it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because like a couple of 30 seconds of a second, and then boom, it's out. It's out of the picture. So that's why we can't.
So what I caught this time around, and which is
Mm.
kind of, I mean, I don't want to go back. It felt like I lost like a minute or 2 minutes in time where I lost a lot of. I was recording through TikTok, right? And when I debunked the video, it's like I missed a lot of. There's a lot of parts missing from my video, and then there's certain parts where I could be saying something, and then it's kind of like I say the same thing like 5 or 6 times, like we're repeating myself, and then time goes normal. And then I'll say something, and it's like I'm still moving, and I say the same thing like 2 times or 3 times.
Yeah,
But it was kind of like a magnetic interference, or like
yeah,
if there was no time, you
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Kind of
now
like
that's kind of scary because when I came back home, I was feeling a little like I feel like I had carried like I was carrying a lot of weight on me.
mhm,
So I prayed and say, if there's anything around me or on me, get off. Type under Jesus Christ's name. But then I was tired, so I had to get me like a good night's rest just to rest up real good. So
yeah,
yeah, it's kind of scary because when that happens, anything can happen. It's kind of like it's trying to drain your energy. So I'm just glad that I was able to make it out of there without my energy getting zapped. I always carry
Right.
protection around me. Of course, I always pray before, during, and after. I have to pray during, but yeah, I see the shadow figures that come
You know what
out.
I think it is. You know what I think it is, bro. It's kind of like a time warp thing going on. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they live on a different time warp, time dimension. Where they can go real fast. To us, it looks real fast, but to them, it's like normal. You know what I'm saying? It's
regular speed.
kind of like the UFOs. Have you seen the videos of the UFOs that go so fast that you can't see them with the naked eye? But if you record it and you have high tech cameras, you can slow it down to see where it goes like that in the video. Well, they slow
Yeah,
it down where you can see it right here, and then right here, then right here, then right here, and then gone.
yeah.
That's super slow down. So in your with your naked eye, you can't see that speed, bro. You know what I'm saying? So what if these demonic creatures do the same thing, like time warp? You know what I mean? Bend time, bend
Or yeah, it's kind of
like warping space.
like they control time. Like they
Yeah,
can make it where there's no time. It's kind of like I've been in like when in a car accident one time where my son car seat busted open when we got hit in the back, and my son is flying towards the windshield, but it's kind of like time stops,
yeah,
and I see my son, and I'm able to grab my son, put him all the way down to the bottom of by the seat, and then time goes by super fast, like back to normal. So it's kind of like feels like that sometimes when I'm out there, but when I'm repeating the same thing 6 or 7 times, that's it's kind of like something is making me repeat it, because I said, well, maybe it's just a video glitch. So I went to the regular video and it's there. The same thing that
and
happened to me is there.
you know what I've noticed too. When you slow down your videos, uh, your audio kind of gets how do you say warped or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you know how you can do this on YouTube any day, all day, any day. Turn it down all the way to the slowest one. I've done I've done it on different videos, and like say the commentator saying, and this plane was going about 50 miles an hour. Okay, you slow that down, and it goes, and
Yeah.
this plane was going 50 miles. You could do that all day, right? So when you slow your videos down, your audio kind of distorts too.
Yeah.
Because, like, let's say you're saying in the video, you're saying, uh, there's DDN out here, right? And you slow that down, and there's DDN, right? But your slow down videos don't do that. Your slow down videos sound like this. There's
Yeah.
DDD,
Yeah.
N, like that, dude. And that's distortion.
Yeah. But
Something
the one that
makes
freaked me
your
out is that
audio distort.
it's,
Yeah,
it's like if I'm saying I think I heard something, and then
yeah,
they
yeah,
say I think I heard something. I think I heard something like
yeah,
six
right?
times.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like, whoa, that's
yeah.
never happened to me before.
Right,
So
right.
it's like, how am I repeating myself 6 times?
Yeah,
It's
and you
kind of like I'm stuck there, like stuck in time, but I'm saying the same thing over and over, and I don't think there's no way that could happen, man. On a
yeah,
recording. I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, Dan just mentioned you need a camera in the background recording your movements too. Yeah, that would be a good idea to have two cameras. But what I want to suggest to you, Abe, is get a better quality camera, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you're recording something and you slow it down, slow mo, like your image, like let's say you're kind of moving your head this way, right?
Yeah,
What it does in your slow mo, it goes like this. It goes toot, 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 like it like kind of shakes. Your image shakes,
yeah,
and sometimes it even skips an image and it moves all the way to another total different image. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah. So kind of like when you got the strobe light, and at night, and and your strobe hits you, you're right here, and then strobe hits you again, and you're over here, and the strobe hits you again, and you're like all the way back, right? Well, that's kind of
yeah,
what does on your image, bro. And I
Yeah,
think because your camera resolution, your camera pixelation, whatever it may be, is kind of low where it doesn't pick up. Oh, and that's another thing. When you're like, okay, when you get out of your car, your camera's good, bro. I can see you. I can, see you recording. I
yeah.
walking. I can see your face real good. Everything. But as soon as you get into them bushes, bro, your pixelation starts to and it starts
Yeah,
to get real bad. Your pixelation starts to get real bad. Like, you know what I mean?
that's when they surface up. That's when they
yeah,
surface up. They
yeah,
they cause a magnetic interference.
kind of like magnetic field interference. Yes.
Yeah,
I think something out there is distortioning your images in your
yeah.
camera. Yeah.
Dan Mantic said, I had military people talk to me about this stuff. They see thermal scopes all the time in missions. Yeah, through the thermal. I was a tanker, and we could had thermal sights in our tanks, and we could see like
Yeah.
when we're going down range, and we're fixing to go do a live fire, right? If we see any movement downrange, we're supposed to let range control know. So there was times that we see figures, dark figures, shadow figures moving downrange, but we can't get a heat signature off of them. Like normally if we see like a deer or a coyote or a cow downrange, we're able to see its signature on his body because it's alive, right?
Mhm.
Well, the things that we see moving out there has no heat signature, but we're able to see it move, and they're pretty big. Sometimes we will see four, five, or six. So we tell range control there's something moving down range. They have big scopes up on the tower where they're looking, and so we don't see nothing, but we're seeing it, through our sights where it's moved, something's moving. So they have to go down range. They have to call a ceasefire, go down range to make sure there's nothing out there, for safety purposes. But then they say, hey, there's nothing. They come back, we're going hot again, and then we go hot. But it's happened to a lot of people, late at night, like around 2, 3 in the morning, because night fire is all night. We used to have by the time our tank went to fire, it was like 2:30, 3 in the morning, So
Yeah. I
that's
saw
when we catch a lot of activity.
I saw and I don't know if it was Dan or Baksan. Somebody said one of them two said you have to get a night thermal, like night as in night thermal camera when you
Yeah.
go out there.
Yeah, it's like, well, I normally go during the day because I use ultraviolet rays of the sun to able try to capture them so people can see them. At nighttime, well, I've gone and you seen where I've cached that red eye glare. Where to me, when I catch the red eye glare, that's like more of demonic. You know, when you see
Yeah.
a red eye glare or a black dog with red eyes, or the hat man with red eyes, or a shadow figure with red eyes, that's like more of demonic in nature.
Right.
They're getting
Hey,
red eyes.
hey, Baksan said he was responding to Dan. He said there are tons of Vietnam era stories about that. They were seeing very evil things when they were using red lens night vision goggles, and I believe that
Yeah,
because I don't know if you guys know, there's a story. Um, this is talking about Dogman. I don't know if you heard the story, Abe. It's just a story, but I don't know if it's real or not. That in the Vietnam War, that they already had like these dogman type soldiers that they trained to help them win the war, especially with the Viet Cong. Cong. So they okay. This is a story that what it says, right? That they had like an elite group of dogman soldiers that they sent out to help them, right? Obviously, to help the U.S. soldiers to kill as many Viet Cong as they could in the jungle, right? Whatever. But the deal was that when they finished fighting for him, that they were gonna get like a secret place to themselves, right? So they can roam free and do whatever they want, whatever. Well, the story goes that when they did help him, because they did help him, supposedly that's the way the story goes, that those super soldiers, those super dogman soldiers, that they didn't come back. They went off on their own and they never came back.
That went
So
rogue.
yeah, they went rogue. Yeah, exactly. And they never went out to look for him or anything like that. That's what the story says. So I don't know how real that is or not, but somebody told me that a while back. I'm say about like maybe 6 years ago. I
Hmm.
was like, wow. I was like, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it because the secret services or the armed forces or whatever you want to call them, the elite, they do have secret programs, bro, that we don't know anything about, you know, and they've been having them for a very long time. So yeah, that kind of does make sense from the Vietnam era till now. Before that, I don't know, but Vietnam till now, yeah, they've
Yeah,
had
well, I
like
hear stories
secret.
of World War II of zombie-like zombie-like things happening over there, and there was cannibalism.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, the zombie-like beings or something dealing with cannibalism,
Hmm.
where the people were eating other people. In which we all know, right? What happens when people eat the human flesh? They become what, Carlito?
They
When they
become.
eat human flesh, they become what? Through natives,
I
what do they
don't.
become when they eat the
I,
flesh?
oh, they become Wendigos.
So
Yep.
in some of the wars, they had no food out there, so they had to eat something.
Yeah. Yep.
So some of those soldiers were eating
Human.
humans,
Yeah.
and maybe that could have changed them to become in some sort of a form of Wendigos.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard that Wendigo stuff is like a curse.
Yeah, because
It's a
there was
curse.
those people were doing that. The people that were in the airplane crash in the Himalayan mountains that they were eating the other people just to stay alive.
Yeah. There's
The,
there's there's a movie about that. Yeah. There
like
it was in that.
cannibalism, like cannibalism.
What was the name of
Uh,
that movie? That was a good movie, man.
yeah,
It
that was a
was in.
true story.
Yeah. It was in Chile, in the mountains down there in Chile. I can't remember what the name was of that movie, man. But I think it was called Alive. I don't know, but it was a good
The,
movie.
the Buxton says Wendigo comes from the tribe Algonquin. The Succomaha River is ancient, populated by giants with red hair.
Yeah. See,
Said,
Dan says he remembers that story. I guess in
yeah.
the one I just talked about. Um, but yeah, it's a lot of things that we don't know, bro, or most people don't know. You know what I mean? Just us that really look into this type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Or government knows a lot of things. Just keep it a secret.
Yeah. Yeah. Of
Whether
course.
they keep it a secret. One of the things, since we're trying to keep it about those kind of things,
Hmm.
the UFOs is one of them that we would always see down by the Gulf of Mexico. And I live, the Mexico is probably like 30 something miles away from where I live, the border.
Yeah.
So we're able to see a lot of things, especially UFO activity,
Yeah.
where it's breaking the sound barrier.
Hmm.
I think one evening, we got woken up to a sound where something is breaking the sound barrier and it's going boom, 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 like, and the light is shining up. You look into the sky, there's
But
clouds,
you
and
know, but you know what? It's crazy that I've never heard a UFO break the sound barrier because I think they have special capabilities of cloaking the sound of breaking the sound barrier because they go way faster than the jets, and the
yeah.
jets when they go to a certain speed they break the sound barrier, bro. The
Well,
jets,
something was that
you
evening.
know what I
Something
mean?
was breaking the sun barrier in the
Yeah,
sky because it was not just you could hear the boom and you could see something move, then boom, something moving in the sky,
yeah,
back and forth. That's all we see. That's when I was like 9 or 10 years old. I know we do have a NASA. We always had an Air Force location down there in South Texas, but I never heard something break the sound barrier over there. You know,
Yeah,
we know that there's vehicles that can break the sound barrier when they're going so fast. You know, those are the ones that they test with the jets,
yeah, with the
uh,
jets and then
or
and
the
the flat
jets that can
and the
break the
salt
sound barriers.
flats. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
in the salt flats. Yeah,
but
in
it
the
was breaking the
deserts.
sound barrier like numerous times in the air. You figure if it's going that fast, you know, it's going to break the sound barrier.
Hmm.
That is a where is the sound barrier located? You know, where is the sound barrier located, or is it because as fast as it's moving, or is moving so fast that it breaks the sound barrier 4 or 5 or 6 times because it's moving that fast? You know,
Yeah, and you know what I've seen, like as far as I know, is of the sound barriers. When I see a jet do it, they normally make this like ripple in the air with the clouds or with the air, right? Displacement. They normally make like a little cloud first, and that cloud kind of like cracks like a boom, but
hmm
the boom actually comes after that. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So they're moving that fast that they. It's kind of like the lightning. The lightning, when the lightning strikes, you see the lightning come down first, boom, like that, with no sound. And then right after that, you hear that. You know what I mean? Because it's that fast, and that breaking the sound barrier.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't. I think the UFOs, bro, in general, they have like a special. I don't know what it is that they have the capability of breaking the sound barrier without making the noise.
Be on silence mode,
Yeah,
like on yeah, stealth mode. That's what you call it,
yeah,
stealth mode.
yeah. So imagine how much technology they're more advanced to do that. You know what I mean? Well, we can't do that.
No, we do the. I remember one time I was driving on the road, and next thing you know, get hit with some bright lights on my car, and it's like I'm looking up, and what I see is a military stealth.
Yeah,
It's a military stealth aircraft, but it's hovering over me. Like you could see like like a hover aircraft where it's not making no noise
yeah.
and there's no sound, and then he just takes off. But he hit me with the bright lights, you know, like I guess to freak me out or something, you know. And then he takes off, but I could tell he was military because it was all black.
Were you in the military back then when you saw that?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh shit, bro. You know what that means, right? That they have those type of aircrafts that can break the sound barrier without the noise, just like the UFOs. So they must have
stealth
figured it
is like
out.
it's kind of like stealth mode, man.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can hear the engines or nothing. All I
And,
know is a bright shine light hit me,
and
and I'm like, "What the hell?" Yeah, my whole vehicle covered, and I
you
look
know
up
where they
like
get
this.
that. You know where they get that from, right?
Well,
Recovered UFOs. That's where they get that technology from. Recovered UFO, down UFOs. It's called what? Freak, uh, reverse technology or something like that. That's what it's called. Is where they, where they get that technology from. Basically, I
this
think it's
happened
called
to me
reverse.
down. I was gonna visit my sister down in state. It was a road called Stagecoach, and by Chaparral, in Killeen, Texas. And I had left her house, and I was going down the main road when that happened to me. I just got hit by some bright lights, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And it's blinding me. So when I look like this, it shut off his light, and I'm able to see the dark aircraft, but it's hovering. It's not making no noise. You know, it's like one of those hovering in the air and just takes off pretty fast.
And you know
Like
what, too, Abe? Like I told you, and like everybody in the UFO
good
community
night,
knows
boss son.
this. Oh, Boxon is taking off. Good night, Boxon. Thanks for coming in, man. Uh, you know that military's always like at least 50 to 100 years advanced, more advanced than we know, we the public. You know that, right? So they have machinery, they have weapons, they have technology, right? Way more advanced than we know.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that's why a lot of people are saying that a lot of the UFOs that we see now are actually man-made,
Yeah,
man-driven.
they test out the equipment. You know, it's
Yeah,
a military base, so
yeah,
they
they test.
go they test out the equipment. If they have, as you say, super soldiers,
Yeah,
they test them out in areas where it's isolated, like the outskirts of a town, or they say we're going to set a mission, send this whatever to these locations. Like they test them out to see what
yeah.
they train them.
Have you heard of the secret aircraft called T3EB, which kind of spells Treb, TREB, but it's TR3B instead of an E. It's a three, right? That's like a secret military aircraft, dude, that we're not supposed to know about, but it's been leaked in a lot of places, and that has like the technology of a UFO, bro. The
Yeah,
Treb, they call it the Treb, but yeah, it's TR3B.
I have a friend of mine, you know, that he works with special ops, and his company produces like all the high tech equipment. You know what I'm saying? Like new
Right.
technology stuff. But
Yeah.
you can only share so much with me. But I know that there's a tank that they have where they can drop it off, and it operates through satellites by itself. No, it doesn't need a crew
Right.
to
Yeah.
go
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
destroy a
They
target.
got remote controlled aircraft now. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey, Jesse corrected me. Thank you, Jesse. Yeah, it's called reverse engineering. Yeah, that's what it is. It's where they get their technology from down UFOs or recovered UFOs, and that's
yes.
where they get the stealth, and that's where they get all that. Like that stealth bomber, it's got a lot of advanced technology that they can't pick it up on radar.
The
Where do you think they
cloaking,
got that from?
the cloaking technology that you can't
Oh
see it.
yeah, yeah,
They just
yeah,
the vehicle just don't have there's personnel that be carrying the cloaking devices on them. That it's probably you might never know. It's soldiers messing with people. You're thinking it's a ghost or a demon. Is it
yeah,
could possibly be
yeah,
a if you're hearing footsteps,
yeah,
maybe it's a soldier with his
yeah.
gear from head to toe
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
coming
They,
messing with
they
you.
got a they got a completely invisible cloaking suit that they wear, where you
Yeah,
cannot see whatsoever. What it does, it displaces all the everything around it, so it looks like there's nothing there. It
yeah.
kind of mirrors everything around it, so it looks like there's
It,
nothing there.
it, they tamper with the pixelation,
Yeah,
so it's got different
yeah.
pixelations that they use it to adjust to the environment. It's
And
kind
I'm
of like
pretty
a
sure, and I'm pretty sure they got that for aircraft now, bro, where they can go invisible mode. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure. It's just that we haven't seen it yet. I'm pretty sure they have that already. you know, but
oh yeah.
but we kind of got off track there, guys. Sorry about that, man.
Yeah,
So much things to talk
that's what
about.
happens when you go into conversation. That
Yeah, yeah,
I go with the flow of things.
yeah,
Whatever cops pop up. We're talking for a reason. So
yeah,
it happens that way. We got it to talk about it, and we
yeah,
just go with it.
yeah. See, Dan knows about it. He says, yeah, they're using sound to bend the light around the craft they're using. Do you know that there's a myth on how they build the pyramids? I don't know if you know about this one, Abe. Them big as, I don't know, 200
Hmm.
ton stones, right? How they raise them and put them on top of each other to make a pyramid. They said there was an advanced technology, which I do believe in, because there's been advanced civilizations. I think there's been civilizations that were more advanced than us right now, bro, before. And they were kind of just wiped out. I don't know how or why, but they were wiped out. Anyway, the theory goes that sound, frequency, and vibration can make something, elevate or levitate. So if you have enough of that megahertz sound, you can make a big ass rock levitate and go to where you want it to go to. You see what I'm saying? And there's a myth about that. There's a theory that that's how they built the pyramids, and I believe it because I've seen a video where there's a big ass rock on top of a, like, it kind of looks like a fax, no, not a fax machine, like a copy machine, right? And that copy machine produces this freaking sound wave thing, megahertz kind of thing. It sounds like a trumpet. It goes brrrr, and it shakes. The vibration. You can see the vibration. You can see the rock shaking a little bit, and it levitates, bro. And then they turn it off, and boom, that rock falls right back down.
Oh
On
man.
yeah, yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that video. Like, damn. So that is true. You can use sound to levitate things. You know, and that's some type of advanced technology that we don't know of, or maybe there we had way back. When I don't know. The ancient civilizations, bro. Yeah, see, because sounds can carry waves, can carry mass. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, like I said, I'm sorry we kind of got off topic on that. But this, like somebody said before, I can't remember who it was. It says they said UFOs and Bigfoot have a correlation, and that is true because I don't know if you noticed, Abe. There's been many, many, many sightings and encounters of either a Bigfoot and they see a UFO right before they had the Bigfoot encounter or right after they had the Bigfoot encounter. So there's some type of correlation going on there because if you see a Bigfoot and you see a UFO before that or after that, then it makes you put two and two together and like, what was this Bigfoot doing here and what was this UFO doing here too, right? So I think they got some type of connection, bro. I don't know if, man, I don't know. I've always kind of theory that maybe Dogman and Bigfoot are UFO pets. That
Yeah.
they come down, they drop them, leave them, let them roam, free roam or whatever, and then come back and pick them up later. And that's why we can't never find them. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
But then you gotta remember also because that's not the only thing that's seen when there's a dog man or a Bigfoot or UFOs being spotted. Then you also have the shadow figures
right.
appearing too. So it's kind of like you have all kinds of activity happening at once. Which
Yeah.
maybe they're coming from a different dimension and everything goes. It's like all the things that are not invited for the party show up because they
Right.
know
Right.
there's something
Right.
happening like a rip in time. So there's beings that are territorial or
Yeah.
whatever. Whether it's this beings or the big for the dog man, then you got the UFOs, and then you got the demonic spirits that show up. It's kind of like something's happening that they know spiritually that something's going on, and everything surfaces up at once in one location.
Right. Right.
And that's
Yeah.
that's the thing that because I would witness all those things that you're speaking about. This UFO that looked like a pyramid up in the air. It stood there for about almost 2 weeks. It would only come out at nighttime.
Yeah.
And it had like a white light up on top of the peak of it, and it would
Mhm.
glow, illuminate downwards, and it was like a looked like lightning, but just
Mhm.
mm, and it would show its form, and then it would disappear. Then
Right.
it would show the light again, and you could see some like little red uh like spaceships coming out of it, and they're
Yeah.
flying around in the air, and then they go back inside the mothership.
Hmm.
Just a lot of crazy stuff
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was that it was.
Hey,
And,
I'm glad Dan's here tonight because like he says he studies this stuff in depth. And
mhm.
what I said about the UFOs coming down and dropping off Dogman or Bigfoot, he said they're called scouts. So I'm glad he's here because he knows exactly what we're talking about, bro. You know what I mean? And I like that. I like when people, you know, understand where we're come from and have heard or studied the same things that we have. And speaking of that, Jesse said the pyramids were built by the Nephilim. That is one one theory, Jesse. But there are also theories that
The
that
Watchers.
yeah that we built them
Not,
with that sound thing that I was telling you about, sound waves. That's how we elevated them and got them on there. That's one theory. The other theory is the Nephilim giants, with their giant hands and giant bodies carried those stones up there, right? But then there's another theory where the UFOs actually brought the pyramids and built them themselves. Like they brought those stones and put them all together themselves. That's why they're perfectly. That's why they're so perfectly symmetrical. Like they're not off square, not even by an inch, bro. They're like millimeters off, and there's no way man can do that to that scale, to that giant scale of a pyramid. There's no way. Especially back then, when we think like thousands of years ago, they didn't have that type of technology. They didn't have those type of tools like we do now, cranes and stuff like that. And so like that's why it's such a mystery how the pyramids were built. And to this day, nobody in the world dares to try to build a new pyramid with all the technology we got now, with all the tools, with all the machinery that we have now. Nobody dares to do it because we can't. They've admitted to it. Like top, engineers of the world have admitted that there's no way they can do that. So perfectly symmetrical. So yeah, but that's what Jesse said. He mentioned about the pyramids being built by the Nephilim. What's your opinion on that, Abe? About the Nephilim?
Uh, I think they were built, but not by the Nephilim, but the Nephilims probably assisted, but I would say with the Watchers, because the Watchers were here supposed to be looking over mankind, what the men and women, and they were like, there's a certain word that they're. It's kind of like what's the word that I'm trying to think? Because we know about the Watchers. Some people call them the Anunnaki, but there's a different one, a different word like wise men, but they're called something else. Dealing with angelic, like an angelic name that they gave them.
Hmm.
Uh, but they were the ones that guided the people. But they was already going against God because they had created the Nephilim. So when they created the pyramids, was actually to worship them. To worship them, like the ones in Egypt, all the ones that are in Mexico,
Yeah.
is to worship them,
Yeah.
which was the Washers. But
Yeah.
but the way that they're built, that some people say that it looks like laser technology that built them because the way the lines are, it looks so
Oh yeah.
perfect.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah. I know all about that. I know all about that. I've looked into that so many years.
it's just one of those
No
things
way.
that no nobody
Yeah,
really
it's
knows.
like a perfect. Yeah, it's like a perfect laser cut, man. There's
Yeah,
no way
yeah.
we had that type of technology back then. You know what
Or
I
they
mean?
didn't have the equipment to cut a
Yeah.
boulder that big.
Unless
But
there was
these
some type of
but the
advanced
pyramids,
technology that we don't
you
know
get the
of.
pyramids are shaped that way. The pyramids from the Mayans and the Aztecs kind of resemble that. They're built differently, but they're built with a throne. You think something
Yeah.
like that. You could also think of Hiller Stadium,
Yeah.
where they had like the chair where he sat in that stadium.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's kind of like a place. I think the pyramids were like literally like a place of worship
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
they,
Absolutely.
they
I
were
agree with
praising
you.
whatever was
They praised
they built
whatever
it for.
was up there in the skies. Yeah. I
Whatever they
absolutely
built it
agree.
for was a
I absolutely agree because the Egyptians praised something. That's why they built that, monument for them. And I think that the gods, their gods, the Egyptian gods and the Mexican gods from Mexico, the pyramids, they're gods. I think they were actually aliens, bro. And they arrived at the very summit of the pyramid, and they like you said, they praised them as when they got off and everything. But I think the aliens would, to not scare the people, they would come like in man form, in the form of a man, so they wouldn't scare the people. But the people would think they were gods from the heavens, and they weren't. They were just aliens, dude. You know, and like you said, the pyramids. If you notice, the pyramids are all placed around the world in certain places only. They're not everywhere. They're just placed in certain places, and there's a connection to that. Why they were placed where they were in Mexico, in Egypt, in China, in Peru, and all those places. There's a reason why they were placed there, bro. You know, it's all about the coordinates. Uh, it goes deep, man. It goes real deep.
It's dealing with the coordinates of the sun, the where they come from, but it's dealing with the
From the
stars, the
constellation.
constellations. They
Yes,
build a certain way,
actually, a lot of people don't know this,
like a
but the
calendar.
Mex, yes, the calendar, yeah, it has to do with the calendar, yes, and the Mayans knew this. Uh, that's why a lot of people don't know, but the Egyptian pyramids and the Mexican pyramids in Teotihuacan, they have the exact same layout, bro. And you know what that layout is? It's in
The constellation.
ordinance of the constellation of Orion, Orion's belt or Orion. You know the constellation Orion. They cracked that already. They're exactly the same. The ones in Egypt and the ones in Mexico. They're in line with the Orion's constellation. How that's way across around the world difference, you know, and 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 fur, you know, far far apart. How would they do the exact same constellation, bro? You know, the people. I don't think it has anything to do with the people. I think it's their gods. Like I said, their gods. They came down and taught them and told them how to build each pyramid and where. You see what I'm saying?
Maybe it's dealing with a certain times, a certain of the calendar, a certain time or a certain season. Yeah, it
Yeah,
just uh, let's see. Dan Mentic says, and don't forget the pyramid in Japan, made out of rare earth materials they took down.
yeah. You know what they found in the Mexican pyramids, bro? In the very deepest parts of the pyramid, they found like mining rooms, I guess you could say, or caves or whatever. I mean, just dungeons, whatever you want to call them. They found mining rooms, and you will know what they were filled with: gold.
Gold.
And they say gold is a special element that they used to power up whatever they had going on there in the in the pyramid. And a lot of people say, well, not a lot of people, but some people say, people that know, they say that these pyramids were some type of like what is it called, bro? When they generate power, um I'm forgetting the name right now. Like a power plant, okay?
Power
Like a
conductor.
power plant, yeah. And I think maybe they used that to either go back to where they came from, you know, power up that plant like a turbine, and then boom, shoot them out to wherever constellation they came from. You know what I mean? And I think there's some type of connection with all the pyramids in the world. I think it might have been like a what do you call it? For them to travel, for them to travel from
Yeah,
one from one pyramid to another one, that pyramid to another one,
like a
like
portal.
yeah, like a portal kind of thing, where they instant travel. You know what I mean? Like that. Like they come out of, like they go in from the Mexican pyramids and they come out in the Egyptian pyramids, kind of like that. You know, like a circuit kind of thing. You know what I mean? That's my theory. I mean, I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
to understand, there's some UFOs have been spotted in the Gulf of Mexico go into the ocean, and they're thinking that they're using the water source, the water from the ocean, to do
mhm.
certain things also, like fuel or something.
Yeah, yeah. And
You know,
I think the gold was like their fuel, bro. Honestly, that's what I think. You know, because it's got a lot of special, what do you call it? Special properties to that element, which is gold. I don't know. It's just it's crazy, bro. It's just all the research I've done across the years. It's like, wow, man. It's just everything's like, wow. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, like, of course, I was, the one to figure it out, but a lot of people have figured it out. And when they figure it out, and you listen to what they're saying, their theory, their explanation, like, Yeah, that makes sense, dude. It's like that's how they did that. That's
Jackie
exactly
Finley's
how.
saying the seven sisters in Native American folklore, basically seven stars, which have distant correlation with the pyramid location. So amazing. That's what she's
Yeah.
talking.
Thank you
Saying.
for that, Jacqueline. Thank you. Yeah. Jesse said magnetic power earth lines. Yeah. That has to do with the location of all pyramids.
Well, there's
Kind of like ley lines.
yeah, there's a lot of magnetic cores all around
Hmm.
Earth. Bermuda Triangle has one of those. It's like a
There you go.
circle.
That's the word. That's the word.
They're
Thank you, Jesse. Stargates.
stargates.
That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, for every pyramid, you transport to one pyramid to another like that. Stargates. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But anyway, that's talking about UFOs. We kind of went off track there again. Hey, but going back to the cryptids, man. Yeah, I think UFOs have a lot to do with cryptids, man. I really do. I really do because I
It's
used to be like
like an illusion, like an illusion. When they manifest, it's like an illusion that
yeah,
you're seeing something, but it's not really there because they can change their appearance, like
yeah,
it like to something else very rapidly.
yeah.
I guess they're masters of illusion. You could
Right,
say. I don't
right.
know. All I know is the only thing I don't understand is when I type out and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name, they disappear. Like
Yeah,
when they disappear and there's a puff of smoke and it smells like sulfur, or it smells like pestilence and there's like black goo that they left residue behind. It's kind of like they're going into to me when they do that is like I feel they're demonic on nature, So I guess there's a little bit of everything here on Earth. Maybe they're the different beings. I don't know,
yeah,
but there's a little bit of everything here on Earth.
yeah. Hey, Daniela just commented. She says UFOs go in and out of volcanoes in Mexico all the time. What are those UFOs made out of? We don't know. What kind of technology is that? Well, obviously, it's advanced technology that we don't know of. But I'm glad you mentioned that, Daniela. I went to Mexico, bro. Speaking about Mexico, I went to a place, and it's in Guanajuato, dude. You got to check it out sometime, Abe. Look it up if you want to. There's I don't know the place exactly. I think it was called Santiago something. But anyway, in this place, dude, there's 7 volcanoes, right? And they're called the 7 luminaries. You can look it up. Y'all can look it up on Google right now, and it'll tell you exactly where it is and exactly what it looks like. It's got pictures there. I looked it up before. That's why I know. But it's called the 7 luminaries. What it is, what it is. Oh shoot, my damn phone ain't charging, man. No, that's why I got in my wife's car because I wanted to charge. It's not charging. It's at 20%. Anyway, those 7 luminaries. What that is that what that is that these there's 7 volcanoes, bro, and they're all connected to each other. The 7, and they're all close by within. I'm gonna say within like a 2 mile range. They're all close by, and there's one volcano that we went into, and what it is, they're all like not active volcanoes, obviously, but you can see like the holes, you can see the meteor type holes in there or whatever. But there's one that the local people of that town say that a lot of UFO researchers and explorers and all that always go there from around the world, bro,
Hmm.
because there's a lot of UFO activity there all the time, especially at night. And what they do is they come down from the sky and they go right in the center hole of that volcano, bro. That's why I'm mentioning that because Daniela said that they go in and out of that volcano. But that volcano is supposed to be like, a dud,
Dormant
right? Yeah,
is dormant.
yeah,
Yeah.
dormant. But it's got like, and this is the creepiest part. It's got like bluish, whitish water, dude, in the bottom. You know how the water looks in Antarctica, kind of like that bluish water, whitish color, like that, dude. but they say the local people there say that hole with water, that hole is never ending, and like it goes into the earth. That's what they say. That people have gone in there to explore, never came back.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's like it has no bottom.
So people disappear there.
Yeah, people disappear when they try to go down in that hole to to investigate or whatever. Yeah, crazy, right?
Uh,
That's charging.
see some of these comments here. Cousin Jesse said, like the werewolf in Mississippi that melted into the shadow of the module that left a stinking smell. The one he encountered out there while he was working in the gin, in the cotton gin
Oh, really?
in Mississippi.
Mississippi. He saw that.
He saw a werewolf sitting by the module that he was working on, and he said it just melted into the shadow of the module, and then it just like left a stinking
Disappeared.
smell.
Like it
Yeah, it's like
disappeared and then left the
yeah,
smell.
yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, when he worked up there near Mississippi, I think.
Well,
Yeah.
Mississippi's a whole state though, but like around where in Mississippi?
The cotton near he was working in the cotton gins, for the cotton where
Right. But
you you
what city in or town in Mississippi did he say? Does he remember?
I think you'll say it in a moment.
Because you know the big hype about Taylor, Mississippi, right?
Was
Because Taylor, Mississippi is real close to Oxford, Mississippi. It's about, I don't know, about 30 minutes, 40 minutes south of Oxford, Mississippi. And that's like like the biggest city in Mississippi, or capital, whatever the hell it is. But yeah, kind of like Austin's the capital of Texas, like that. Oxford is for Mississippi. And that place, right? It's like a hotspot for Dogman, Taylor, Mississippi.
Taylor?
Yeah. And like those people there, the people in that town, they know about these things, and they know not to mess with them, and they know not to go outside of their homes in the dark time, like at nighttime. But they don't talk about it, but they know about it.
Uh, I believe that they're no. What I witnessed, I experienced is when I put it to the spiritual test. There's people that put it to the human test. They've literally shot at these things with weapons, and the bullets right through them. Didn't do nothing to them. Well,
Mhm.
I put it to the spiritual test. Ty Brunner, because Jesus Christ, and just poof, they flee. Demonics flee when you bring Jesus Christ into the picture.
Yeah, right.
But he said it smelled like sulfur. That's what kind of distinguish when it's something demonic, because it smells like sulfur or pestilence, like real nasty sore or something that like
Yeah,
just a nasty smell,
like
and it
sulfur.
leaves
Yeah,
like a black goo,
yeah,
like a residue.
right, right. Yeah, well, something demonic always smells like sulfur. Jesse Ferris, is that the place in Mississippi? Ferris, Mississippi, is that what it's
Paris.
called?
I'll be right back, Carlito. You
Okay,
keep on talking there, real quick.
okay, cool, man. Yeah, I wow, that's pretty cool. I've never heard of that story, Jesse. Yeah, Ferris, Mississippi. Okay, I never heard of that story that you seen a werewolf, bro. I guess I missed it. You might have said that when you came on with Abe in one of his past live streams. Dan says, but maybe humans have the ability to do something out of sight when we pray. Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's a prayer is very powerful. Um, I think that a prayer will drive away anything evil, anything not of this world. I really do. So I think a prayer is very powerful. Now, why does it drive them away? I don't know. I haven't, figured that out. If it's because they're scared of, Jesus and God, or they just don't want to mess with you. Like saying, "Oh, you're part of that group. I better not mess with you, or I don't have the time to mess with you, or something like that." You know what I mean? But yeah, it was very tall. You can see it walking around the gym from the cotton feeder. Wow, I never heard of that one, Jesse. Man, that's cool, bro. Uh, but yeah, yeah. I think there's a lot of things going on with the demonic side of the cryptids, man. I really do. And like I've said on my show, on my podcast, I think cryptids cryptids can be like several type of things, because everybody's always saying, "Oh no, they're just flesh and blood," and then you got another group, "Oh no, they're interdimensional like aliens," and then you got this other group, "Oh no, they're super soldiers from the U.S. government, top secret." And there's people that say, "Oh no, they're demonic." They're only demonic. They're nothing else, just demonic. And then you got another group saying, "Oh well, no, they've been here for thousands of years. We just never knew about them or whatever." And they're kind of like like an elite type creatures that have been here for thousands of years. So I'm open to all of them, and I believe there's all different types. I don't believe it's just one type or two types. I believe it's like five different types of cryptids. You know what I mean? They're all possible to me. At least to me, they're all possibilities.
Just like there's 200 genders.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
I'm just playing. People that say you can identify yourself as anything. There was a girl trying to identify herself as a goat.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
No, but it's possible they can come out of different things.
Yeah.
The technology we have now with like DNA, messing with
Yeah.
DNA, like from old things from the bones. You might never know. Scientists could have tampered with dinosaurs, or uh, if they found Nephilim bones, they could have tampered with the DNA from the Nephilim and made an experiment. You might never know. I know
Yeah.
Hitler had those super soldier. He was trying to create a super soldier at that time over there, where you hear about all kinds of experiments dealing with the DNA or trying to create a super soldier. I think that's where they got the story of Captain America, like a super soldier serum.
Yeah.
But I believe they have given the military soldiers that have DNA of certain things. I believe there was a shot that they had given the soldiers when I was in Operation Desert Storm.
Right.
They had the DNA of shark in it, that it was going to make uh, your senses very keen and stuff like that.
Right.
And it's like a shark DNA. Was it true about it or not? I don't know.
Wow. Really? Was it like a pill to give you like
It
special
was shots that they were
shots?
giving us,
Oh,
shots that they given us, and then that they were controlling. They had some experiment where they were sending the signal from the satellites that had some kind of mind control over the soldiers that were in the front line. Where they were act differently. You know, uh, I believe that I remember some of the soldiers were acting out there, and afterwards, they wasn't acting themselves. They were like on go mode or recon mode. Like they were
yeah.
like just like in that mode where you just want to cause destruction of some sort.
Kind of like the super soldiers, the
Yeah, yeah. I
like that
remember.
movie. You remember that movie,
Yeah,
Universal
coming
Soldier?
back to the states. I mean, to
Yeah.
Germany, because I was in Germany. and there was a mob of like 200 soldiers just fucking everything up, like cars, beating up people, and they were
Yeah.
like in destroy mode or something, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, they were doing all
Predator,
kinds of
predator
damage.
mode, predator mode, bro.
Yeah, it's like they were being controlled by a signal, like a
Oh,
signal, like it's kind of like a signal was still locked on, you know, and that signal was like still making them be destructive.
yeah,
I witnessed this. That's why if you look at the stories, if you look up how many wives were getting beat up by their husbands, or some were going getting killed. So it's kind of like a signal was still stuck like on lock mode, like of destroying. So it's kind of like controlling, like how they can create a super soldier to control them in that kind of sensible way, you know.
right.
Could the shot had to contain a like an nanobite in it, or something, you know, something that's undetectable, you know.
Yeah,
And I believe they've given those shots experimentally to our society, to the people. They just don't let you know what's within the shots. You know what I'm saying? That
right.
they have this
Yeah,
nanotechnology and can cause
yeah,
people to act a certain way.
yeah. With the jab from a year ago, 2 years ago. Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I didn't take that. I was like, hell no, I ain't gonna take that. Shit, I'd rather die naturally than with that. I didn't take that. Hell no.
He said, Steven Sigma said that there was snake DNA in the jibby jab. There
Yeah.
was there was a shot that they would call it the Jello shot or the peanut butter shot, because when they gave you the shot, it was very. It felt like something very thick or gooey going into your buttocks, because they put it on your buttocks, you know, en la nalga.
Yeah,
And he said it's called the GB jab. That's what he
yeah.
said. It had snake DNA. To my understanding, it was a shark DNA that they were trying to. I found out this afterwards, like through some people, because I was always listening to the higher ranked people that were saying, and they were talking about it. You know,
Uh-huh.
they were to a point that they're saying, "Hey, we're taking these pills here. If they hit us with any kind of chemical, we don't have to worry about it, because the pill is going to protect us from any kind of chemical, nerve agent, blood agent, mustard agent." It's like, man, hell with that. A
Right.
pill gonna protect me from something like that? I'll put on the gear, you know. I'll put on my mob gear, my protective mask. But
Yeah.
hell no, I'm not gonna depend on somebody telling you, "Oh, this pill's gonna help you," and then you listen to them, you die. Hell no. Or maybe it's the side effects of that can. It's the worst thing. I only took one pill of those, because when I took the first pill, I got red dots all over my face and body. It looked like like chicken pox, and I had a fever over 100, and I felt dehydrated. So the first one, I took it, and it gave me the side effect. After that, they were checking, was taking them. Said, "Do you take it?" I said, "Yeah, I took my shot. I took the pill, but I never took it. I was throwing them away.
Oh,
I only
okay.
took one pill. That's it." And it was like you had to take a pill every day. I only
Man.
took one pill. They come in a tablet. They would give it to you. The NBC. Just put it this way: it wasn't a medic giving it to you. It
Mhm.
was an NBC sergeant giving it to you.
Oh, man.
Nuclear, biological, chemical, and the NBC sergeant. So you know that it was as crazy. It's going to affect you some kind of way or the other. You know,
Yeah.
instead it's supposed to protect you from chemical attacks.
Right. Hey, so what do you hey, what do you think about the theory that I was talking about right before you came back, man? That these cryptids could be like all types of possibilities, not just one or two. You
Well,
know,
I'm not.
what do
I'm
you
not.
think about
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I've seen all these things that you're talking about, man. When I was going through Elms Grove, I experienced just about everything. Just put it this way. You know, we're talking about UFOs. When I seen that pyramid one, like that was there. There was a day that I seen something flying like from the sky through the clouds in a capsule landing in the woods. I literally seen it falling from the sky, and I'm like, "What the hell is that?" You know, a black capsule coming from the sky. It was like I think like two of them that landed. in the woods. Uh, then there was one day that I was walking, and there was this old car passing by, and this is a true story. There's somebody waving for me in the car, right? And I look at the car and I'm like, what the hell? This is what I see. I see a green hand with long fingers, and then when I see the face, it looks like the face of an alien, a green alien with big old black eyes, looking at me, smiling at me, and he's waving at me like that. This is not Halloween,
Right.
and I'm like, look. I stopped and I'm looking, and I see the back of the head when it passes me by, and it's moving kind of slow motion. I know what the fuck did I just? Or similar, like, what did I just see? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I literally seen an alien driving a car, waving a big old hand with long fingers, with a big old black eyes, and I was like, "Is it somebody dressed up as an alien?" You know,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
playing a prank on me, you know. But I witnessed this, you know. That
I
one,
I don't think I would have. I don't think I would have. How do you say? Believe my eyes, dude. I've been like, nah. I didn't see what I just think I saw.
you
You
know,
know.
that's what I was saying to myself because I
Yeah.
stopped. I'm like, "What the?" I was like, "What the f am I seeing?"
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, literally, it wasn't a woman and it wasn't a man. It looked like a freaking alien, but it didn't look like a costume either. You know, I was like, what did I just
Yeah.
witness? And he's just he's saying hi to me, bro. Maybe hi says means f you in their language. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or like the hi means we're gonna get you. You know, we're coming for you. We're gonna probe you. You know, big ass long fingers and stuff.
Yeah.
I witnessed that, you know, and of course, there's around the time frame that I was witnessing everything else. You know, there's werewolf-like creatures, dogmen, what people call dogmen. I was witnessing the shadow figures, shapeshifter skinwalkers. You know, it's just things that's maybe they're all connected in some kind of way that
I think they are.
if it's kind of like they say, okay, we get a spiritual hit for this individual. Everybody go and attack them. So I'm getting an attack from all directions. You know.
Right.
Maybe it's something dealing with the spirit, you know?
Dan said I would have followed them. And Jesse said, not the probe.
Yeah, man, he had some long ass fingers, bro. Like, I
Damn.
don't know. He was like going like this, like with his fingers, you know, like waving, but moving his fingers too, you know?
You know what I've heard, that a lot of people that get abducted, they don't even know or remember anything. They don't remember anything, bro. And I think what it is that they erase your memory for that part of your life. You know what I mean? How they do that, I don't know, but that's what I've heard. A lot of people don't even know they've been abducted, and the ones that do remember, like, man, that had to be something.
Because it just knuckle deep.
Oh man,
Oh my gosh.
let's keep it PG-13, Jesse.
I don't know, man. That's what I witnessed, bro. And but the other one freaked me out. Is when I was walking on the highway and I seen pebbles fly from behind me to in front of me. So that's
Yeah,
letting me know somebody's behind me. So when I turn around, with my guards up, I see somebody running crazy. A tall person, and his feet are moving very awkwardly. They're not moving like human like. And he's again with my guards up, and I said, "What's up?" And he freaking stops. And I said, "You trying to sneak up from behind me or what?" You know. And he just said, "Say nothing to me." And I said, "What's your name?" And he said, "Indiana." That was the one that I waited for him to get parallel to me, and we started walking across the bridge. And when we were going across the bridge, the cars started moving real slow. Like there was a time lapse or like a time warp. And there's this translucent beings that were on the bridge. Kind of look like a lechuzo, some kind of bird, but they're translucent, and you can see the red eyes. but they're what I mean translating is like in disembodied form, and they're going into the people, through the people, and out the
Yeah.
people that are passing in the cars, like they're feeding off their energy. But then as we cross the bridge, everything goes to normal, and this guy is still walking there with me. As I'm walking towards a Family Dollar, turn around and face him, and I look at him, and I go like this. It was nice meeting you, Indiana. And he shook my hand. When he shook my hand, I could feel like his fingers were weird, and he had like claws. But I'm seeing regular fingers, but it felt like claws on my hand.
Yeah.
So I using my love foundation, and I'm looking at him, and his skin starts breaking from here, from the cachetes, and you can see like green skin with scales.
Hey.
He smiled, and I could see some sharp teeth.
Yeah.
And then
Hey.
his
Hey. I gotta pause real quick, bro. I gotta go take a leak real quick. I'll be
okay,
right back.
all
All
right.
right. All right.
So then what happened is as I'm seeing this, I say okay. I start saying the Our Father within me. I'm using the love foundation. So that's when you put it to the spiritual test, right? Through Jesus Christ. So as I'm saying the Our Father within me, praying within myself is trying to let go from me. It's trying to pull back away from me. No, this was he was like around 6'9". He was pretty tall, and as he's trying to pull back from me, I'm not letting him go. Then his skin starts ripping from the forehead. It starts ripping, but it doesn't even look like real skin. It's like how should I say, a temporary uh disguise. So that starts moving, and you can see the green scales here. So I'm seeing green here, and his eyes change color, and he smiles at me again, and then he looks up to the sky like that, and then let go. He lets go. He turns around and walks away from me, but he don't say a single word. The only word he said to me was Indiana. That was it. I'm just saying that if they're afraid of a love foundation, or they're afraid of Jesus Christ because they broke their cloak, then that means uh in some kind of way, shape, or another, they're demonic in nature, you know, somewhere within their DNA or genes is demonic in nature. That's what I feel, but they're just because of what I just witnessed. But everybody goes through a lot of different things. They see everybody goes through different things. Some people say they got probed, that they get used as a guinea pig. I hear it in the military where guys talk about they're taken to a pink hospital and then they get probed. I don't know. I never been there, but they said that there's a hospital like that, that they get taken for there for about a month or two, and they get experimented on. That it's our own government doing that. They just call it the pink hospital.
Wow.
I had a friend of mine that's 100%. He went to the VA, complained that he was bleeding from his mouth. Right, he was coughing up blood, and they said he took him to a pink hospital, and they were running all kinds of experiments on him. He was crying when he was telling me this story. Uh, I don't know what they were. I never seen a pink hospital. I never seen a city was colored pink. You know, I don't know, a hospital that the government has somewhere.
Mm.
Maybe it's a hidden location or what, but it says colored pink, and that they used them as a guinea pig. They ran all kinds of tests on them.
Wow. Hey, we got
But
new
yeah, I
people
think I
here.
think it's a little bit of everything, man. You just got to be careful. The other thing is that you got to be careful because if you give it the belief factor, it and if it is demonic, it's going to attack.
Hmm.
It's gonna attack you. How should I attack spiritually?
Right.
That's why I always every time I go to investigate, I do a little prayer and I maintain my faith with Jesus Christ. And if I have a belief in something, it's just a believing in Him. I'm not giving any power to anything else. I just try to maintain my faith in through to Jesus Christ. You know, I'm thinking there's no. That's why they can't find no bodies of anything. You know, I know there's a lot of people that are trying to protect the cryptic community. You know, by having the theory of oh they're affiliated with aliens or this, because they want to say that they're still flesh beings, but they have dimensional powers because they're coming from a different location. But how can they? Because I put it to the test already twice, well, several times. But when I seen the dog man and when I seen the Bigfoot that went right through me, I had said I type under rebuke in Jesus Christ name on both of them, and both of them disappeared. You know, I made contact with them, but they went right through me, like they were in spirit form. I don't know what everybody else is seeing, like in the other parts of the world, but I can only speak for what I've experienced here in Central Texas. You know, maybe other people experience other things, but me, I'm not going to give it the power of belief, especially if it's something demonic, because that's what it wants you to do. It wants to you to give it the power of belief. Then it has a opening to attack you spiritually. I'm not going to do that. I'll see something how it looks, but then I'll put it to the spiritual test. If I say I type under rebuke in Jesus Christ's name and it disappears, then I know it's something of the spirit or demonic, right? Because
Mhm.
it's fleeing. It's kind of like those hunters. You hear it, brother Carlito. How many stories have you heard where the guy is shooting loads of clip on a Bigfoot or on a dog man? They say they kill it, or they say they get the rig hits, but that it goes into a tree or it disappears. You know, but
Right.
there's really nobody. How many? There's been a lot of people that claim that they killed something, but there's no body and there's no pictures. So you know, it's kind of
Yeah.
like a story. You know,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
if you don't have the body count, the picture to show the proof to the people. Yeah, you killed. Okay, here's a picture of the Bigfoot I killed or the dogman I killed. Then it's just a story because you got to have some kind of proof. You know. Then of course
Right.
they're going to say, well, the government had to come and take it when I killed it. You know, they always want to mix it all up, like mix it all up to. But it's just a lot of possibilities. But I know when I was in combat, we had confirmed kills, and we had to put all the body parts in body bags. Whether the body parts that were in the body bags belong to the same people, we don't know. Yeah, I was in on that detail. I did
Right.
a. I told them, give me an Article 15. I'm not doing that detail. Article 15 is to rank me. I'm not doing it, and I didn't do it. I didn't go. It was called Hands Across the Desert. But there was a body bag detail. They were picking up body parts. Which then they grab all this. I don't know where they put them. They dug a hole, buried the bodies in a hole. I don't know. I wasn't there. But that's when you know you have confirmed kills. So when people say that they killed a Bigfoot or they killed this and they're showing a weapon, showing a machete, a knife, well, where's the picture of the thing you killed? With the technology we have now, everybody's got a cell phone that you can easily take a
Right.
picture or a recording of it that you have it right, but nobody's showing that. When they
Right.
say they killed it, they have to have either a picture of a dead dogman or Bigfoot or a recording of it. They don't
Right.
got it,
Yeah. Nobody has that. Um,
and they
I
just
know.
have their stories that say they did something, but you
Right.
know, to
Well,
me
you know
it's
what?
kind of like far fetched.
Yeah.
I just my opinion. You
Right.
know,
Abe, a lot of people say that they don't want to show pictures or videos because they will get threatened maybe by the ABC letters agencies, and so they're scared to bring it out. You know what I mean? But what I think is like, how come nobody just sends it out, sends the video out, without saying, anonymous, without saying
anonymous.
who took it. You know what I mean? Just send it out, leak it out. You know what I mean? If you leak it out, it'll be in the internet. Yeah, they're gonna take it down, but leak it out. So a couple people might record those videos or whatever.
It's kind of like they're not really afraid if they're saying that they killed it, right? They already put in their self out there, so why not just put the picture?
Yeah.
If you're saying you claim to did this, it's like saying Haney didn't get bit by Garcia. When everybody's seen the video of Haney got knocked down several times, the referee was helping him all through the round. There's
Yeah.
video evidence of that happening to him. He kind
Right.
of looked like a Bigfoot afterwards, from the face, from the lips. But
Yeah.
that's proof of what happened in that fight, right?
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
But I mean, I guess everybody to their own. But then, a lot of people say, "Oh, Brother Abe Seals is messing the reputation of the Bigfoot community because we're real people. We're 100% legit. We're genuine." But then I know on some sites where they say that you can't disagree with the picture that's being placed on there. So if it's somebody in a costume, I can't say, "Hey, it's somebody in a costume." You can literally tell it's a costume, or it's a hoax, or it's stage. If you say that, they kick you out or they ban you from the group because
Right.
they want you to say that it's real. And,
Yeah.
and and to me, you could literally tell when it's somebody in a baggy costume.
Yeah.
Uh, that's where it reminds me of the videos from Mexico. The ones that joke around and they're like, "No manches way, no manches way," and you could tell they're playing a prank. You could tell it's something that's funny, right?
Yeah.
But I think something like that hurts more when they're pretending to be a Bigfoot. It hurts the community more because they're placing false information out there. Uh, it's real evidence that we want because we all want an answer, right? We want to answer about
Yeah. That's what we're all looking for. Yeah.
if Bigfoot is real, if the dogman is real,
Right.
or demons real. We want answers for everything.
Right.
Uh, it's just everybody. It's kind of like like a business nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Check it
true.
out. I was in a Bigfoot Christian group, right? And I was like, okay, it's a Christian group. We could talk about Jesus Christ and all this stuff. And I was saying that there were demonic in nature. Next thing you know, somebody that contacted me through Messenger and they told me, hey, I'm just going to be honest with you. This group, the people that are saying the Christians are not Christians, they belong to a cult. That's what they were telling me. And they said the person in charge of this group is a leader of a cult. So it's like, oh, time for me to leave out of here. So I left the group.
Hmm.
But it's saying that it's all about. I guess it's about reputation. People claim that they're cryptozoologists, that they're Bigfoot hunters or investigators have been doing it for 50 years, 60 plus years. And what if all the time they've been investigating, they've been led the wrong way? And that's what it's about. They don't want to lose the credibility.
Yeah.
But I just call it how I see it spiritually.
Yeah.
If Trust me, if I would have found a body or something, I would place it out there. Or if I would take one out, if I had the ability to take one, I would. But
Hey,
man,
hey, you know what I've seen, Abe, a lot throughout the cryptid community? That a lot of channels start off, like us, small, whatever. And then they start like, adding people with more, I guess you could say, credibility or more experience or whatever, bigger names within the community. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? And they get to a point where they don't really care what people post on their groups or anything like that. They just want to keep, they just want to, like, in other words, they want to be like, they want to work on their fame, their name, their brand, more
yeah,
than the topic itself, you know. It's like they're more about, oh, we're this group and we do this and we do that and we don't take no bullshit from this and that, like what the hell are you talking about? Stick to the cryptids, stick to the realest evidence or footage or clips that you can get, you know, and don't try to claim them they're yours, but just put them out there for people to be aware of these things, and because that's ultimately, like, our goal to help people be aware of these things, that these things exist, right? But me and you are not like, oh, I'm gonna recruit this person, I'm gonna recruit that person, and I'm gonna go to the top, and I'm gonna have 100,000 views, and I'm gonna have 200, 500,000 subscribers. Like,
Yeah,
we don't care about that, dude. But there's groups that really care about that only. Like how big they get, how well they're known, how famous they can get within the cryptid community. And they kind of want to stick to each other only, and they don't want to mess with anybody else that doesn't have that. See, kind of like a status, you could say, you know, within the cryptid community. I'm like, where is this going, dude? Like, what is your objective? What are you're not looking for the truth. You're looking for fame. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And that, I think that's just like dumb, dude. Really, you know what I mean? Because, like,
yeah,
me, I don't care how big or not big I get or whatever. I want to stick to what I do, and do my cryptid shows and all this, and try to have the best guests I can get. Yeah,
yeah.
but I don't rely on that to, like, just want to grow in numbers, grow in subscribers, make the channel huge or whatever. That's not what I'm
Yeah, to
trying to
me,
do, bro.
yeah,
You
like
know?
my show is not. It's just about getting, speaking. You're like the second guest. First guest I ever had here was my cousin Jesse, and then
Yeah.
you're the second guest.
Hmm.
But me, it's just sharing my spiritual wisdom and knowledge to people. Of what I've
Yeah.
experienced, what I've been through life.
Right.
Yeah, I have people target me. Like some pictures because I'll put red circles or arrows,
Yeah.
but the same
Yeah.
people that target me were the same people that told me to put the red circles. They
Yeah.
said, "Yeah," they're like,
I
"Put the
remember
red
that.
circles."
I remember
So like that, the people, the
that.
members can see what you're pointing out. I
Yeah.
did that because they told me to do it, and then they want to make fun of me, even
Yeah.
though they're the ones that told me to do it. You like calling me
Yeah.
red circle CS when they're the ones that told me. Well, and they told me specifically in this group, we you have to circle your thing so people can see what you're pointing out.
Yeah.
So we don't want you to do multiple pictures of the same picture where you have different filters. We just do one picture with a circle, right? So that's
Right.
what I would do.
Right.
And then they use that against me, trying to say that that's all I do. But they're the ones that told me to do that.
Yeah.
So it's like, what, from now on is I'm not listening to you know people like that. I'm just gonna do my thing, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what I do. I'm not. You know me, Carlito. You seen the people that come up against me in the past.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
you know, uh,
I
people
know
that
them.
came up against you too. Was
Yeah.
infiltrating to be our friend at one point in time. Dave
Yeah.
from Texas.
Yeah. I
He
remember
was
that.
playing us. He
Yeah.
was playing a lot of people.
A lot of people at the
But
same
this is the
time. Yeah.
way. There's a lot of people like that in the cryptic community,
Yeah.
the paranormal community, and I think that's the problem when you have people like that are just infiltrating to cause division. They're not even about the fame or all. They just want to cause division and chaos.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I think tonight there was somebody who was talking smack about me for something that happened a long time ago. I didn't look at the video or nothing because to me that's the past. I don't dwell in the past, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like to me when somebody's trying to make the past resurface up, and it took them like 6 months just to say something. When they couldn't speak something about it automatically. That's all. That's what you call it, fabricated, and it's all BS. So I don't
Yeah.
got time for those kind of people. That's why
Yeah.
they're not on my friends list. I got rid of
Right.
them a long time ago. But
Right.
but you're right, brother. There's a lot of things like that. There is certain podcasts. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That do not believe in Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That there are part of cults because of which they're either uh, they're in cults of Western practicing
Yeah.
witchcraft, necromancy, or voodoo.
And they and you know what's sad too, Abe? What's really sad, that I've seen a lot of people that don't want to talk to a certain person because that certain person talks to another certain person that he doesn't like or she doesn't like, and they don't get along with. So if you're gonna talk to them, then you can't be my friend and you can't be part of my group. You know what I mean? Like what the hell is that all about, bro? Like what is that? Like, why are you worried about who he's like you, bro? You talk to certain people that I don't mess with, I don't talk to, whatever. I try to keep away from them, whatever. not gonna name no names, but me and you are still friends, and that's not gonna change because you talk to somebody that I don't talk to. That's not gonna change anything between me and you. See what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah,
the way it's supposed to be. You know?
see, the reason I remain friends with people, I would always say I'm a neutral guy, because
Yeah,
as a believer in Jesus Christ, everybody's my brother and sisters,
yeah,
uh, through Jesus Christ. In which I'm here to help out anybody and everybody. Uh, but yeah, sometimes that's what happens. My friendship of where I am, is I'm one of those people that I get along with people that come at me respectfully and in a professional manner. We've always been in that category
yeah,
where
yeah,
we respect each other. You've been
yeah,
there for me, fighting for me in the past when people don't know that you fought for me when
yeah,
people were talking bad about me because I seen
yeah,
you pop up when people were being disrespectful before even
yeah,
anything of anybody else happened. Before me and you'll be loyal to me and I'll be loyal to
yeah,
you as a
yeah.
friend.
Mhm.
And that's why I'm still here. We're still
Right.
here, and there's people that were your friends and my friends that are not friends of ours no more. The
Yeah,
one that was infiltrating.
yeah,
So you get a lot of those people that are infiltrating, that don't want you to succeed, or they might be affiliated with other people that they're planted there to distract us. But me, I just don't worry about those people really no more, man. I was like, they can say whatever the hell they want to say. I'm not going to worry
yeah,
about them
yeah,
because with or without them, my spiritual grip is still growing.
yeah.
And to me, it's not about money in any kind of way, shape, or form. It's
Right.
about me sharing my wisdom and knowledge to my
Exactly.
brothers and sisters in Christ. That's
Exactly.
brother.
Yeah, exactly, bro. That's why we've been friends all this time, bro. You know what I mean?
It's
We
like
stay
I'm too
loyal to each
old to
other.
be worried about a he said she said. I'm like
Yeah,
I don't got time
yeah.
for that, man. We're too old
That's
for
just
that.
childish, bro. That's just childish. But hey, let me take a real quick pause real right now because Jack Jacqueline Finlay asked me where can they find me. So I'm gonna plug
Okay, okay,
my things real quick. Okay, so a lot of people here that don't know me, I've like I said, I've been a friend with uh, Abe for many years, and we kind of started off at the same time or whatever, but or close to the same time. But my I have a channel here on YouTube, also. It's called Cryptid and Paranormal Kingdom. I've interviewed people, a lot of people actually. Um, like the biggest names that I can think of is Jody Cook from North American Dogman Project. Um, who else? I've interviewed Dark Waters, James Williams. I've interviewed quite a few people that are in the cryptid community that they've been around. They've been around the block, one, two, three times, and they know what the hell they're talking about. Um, Alfred Santariga, you guys probably know him. Al Santariga, Brian Bowden. Those guys are from North American Project, New York State chapter, and just a bunch of other eyewitnesses or eyewitnesses of Dogman, couple of Bigfoot, some of UFOs. So I could pretty much cover everything within the cryptid and UFO community. I've had people that's been on Vic's show where they had their Dogman encounter. I've had maybe I don't know 6 or 7 of them. I've had people that just do like I don't know, just uh they're more into like paranormal. I've done a couple of interviews like that too. So like I said, my channel is called Cryptid and Paranormal Kingdom on YouTube. Also, I have a group on Facebook called the same thing, Cryptid and Paranormal Kingdom. That was called Cryptid and Paranormal Kingdom with Carlito and Tom, because Tom is my buddy that I started off with. And also, I'm the regional director of North American Dogman Project, Region 4, which covers Texas, Arizona, Oklahoma, um, all the states, like all the southwestern states, basically, um, Louisiana, and and I also have a group on Facebook, which is NADP Region 4, North American Dominant Project Region 4. Um, what else? What else? I've been interviewed by Dark Waters also on his channel. You guys can look for that interview. Pretty cool. Also, I was in a documentary not too long ago. I think it was last year or beginning of this year, something like that, from Small Town Monsters. I'm pretty sure some of you guys heard of that, where they make documentaries, Small Town Monsters. They made that one called American Werewolves, which is really good. I recommend it. And the one I was in is called the Chupacabra. Chupacabra or something. Well, it has to do with Chupacabra. I think it's called the Chupacabra, and it's from Small Town Monsters. It just came out like in at the very beginning of June. Uh,
Where this on that Small Town Monsters? What channel is this? Or
um, I don't I
is
don't
it
really
Tubi TV?
know. I don't know if it's on streaming channels right now, but I know they have the DVD out and the electronic copy too for sale at smalltownmonsters.com. They got their
Mm-hmm.
own website, so you guys can check it out there. I was there uh, bits and pieces alongside with Ken Gearhart. Lyle Blackburn was there commentating. He didn't come out in image, but he was commentating, uh, narrator kind of. And but Ken Gearhart was there, and they interviewed him too, me and like two or three other guys they interviewed, and we're all on that.
I think
that
I've seen that. I need to check it out. I think I've seen it somewhere. What was it called?
Small Town Monsters.
Small Town Monsters.
Yeah,
It's like a documentary where they're speaking about certain things.
yeah, yeah. They do documentaries. They do documentaries about werewolves. Like I said, there's one that's called American Werewolves. It's real good, man. You should check it out. I think that one is on. If I'm not mistaken, it's on Prime Video, Prime something has to do with the Prime.
Prime. Yeah, I'll check it out. I got Prime.
Yeah, that one's on there. Small Town Monsters, um, American Werewolves, really good, bro. And like I said, that's the like the most recent one they did with the chupacabras with me in it, and yeah, that's basically all. My bio for the people that don't know who I am, so they can look that up. And yeah, I've been doing my podcast stream since what was it, 3 years ago? Hey,
Yeah, I
three
think
and a half
we
years.
talked about when we did the live. It was dealing with lechuzas. You
Yeah,
remember?
I've had Abe on my podcast like
Yeah,
2 times or 3 times. Abe, I can't remember.
yeah.
Y'all go check that out, man, because I know he likes to do his lives like real life, like lives, like right now. But I actually did like a
Streamyard, like Streamyard lives.
yeah,
Yeah,
our live where it wasn't live back then, but we recorded and then I uploaded it, and then you could see like the whole interview with Abe.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's 2 or 3 times that I did that with Abe, and it like when we did. I don't know if it was the first one or the second one, Abe, that I told you that like you were one of the like the top
yeah, yeah.
views. So like everybody loved his interview. So if you guys want to go check him out on my channel, once again, Cryptid and Paranormal Kingdom on YouTube.
I am gonna try to buy better equipment, man. So when I do go investigate,
Yeah,
that I'll be able to
yeah,
capture them even better, man. Because man, it's one of those things that people have to be there to see, to witness it for themselves, and
yeah,
but it's one of the things also that when you witness it, you're gonna get scared as hell because of
yeah,
your witnessing. So
yeah.
if people get
Careful.
scared, then that's a limited opening, and they know they can sense fear, so they'll come,
Yeah,
and to scare you even more. So it's one of the reasons that I'm glad I left that area where I used to live in Elms Grove, because
yeah,
it was pretty bad, man.
yeah,
The only thing I got now is old pictures and old videos. You're the one that told me to download that video, and I downloaded it, but then all my other videos got erased. That when I would go to the woods, and I'm more sure that there probably was stuff in there too. He just, they're old videos.
I wish you would have been able to keep all those videos, man. You would have had a bunch of views on those videos, bro.
Those old ones from
Yeah,
back in the day.
yeah.
Trust me, man. Look, there's there's some cameras that I threw in the woods
Hmm.
that I literally grabbed them and threw them in the woods. The reason I grabbed them, threw them in the woods, because what I captured in them was so fucking horrifying. Demons. I captured one with his mouth open right beside me. I seen that, man. I grabbed the camera and I threw it, got rid of it.
Oh
It's
man.
kind of like it had his mouth open and everything right beside me. So it's kind of like I don't want to take that to my house. So I throw it in the woods. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, I can go search for it, but hell no, I ain't gonna go search for it. It was that scary. Imagine capturing a demon standing beside you in the woods, and it's got its mouth open, and you're seeing all kinds of sharp teeth.
Yeah.
I seen that demonic being on my camera, on my that it captured it on my recording. I got rid of it. I didn't want to do nothing with the camera anymore. Some of my cameras, the batteries would explode or the lenses would crack. You know, where
Yeah.
they surface up and do that.
I heard they drained the batteries, bro. Is that true?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they would explode the batteries out of mine, not just drain, explode the batteries. That's scary when your
Uh,
battery you're like this and it explodes and you see smoke coming out of your battery. Your hand is still there and you're like, what the hell just happened? So it's like, how did that happen? Is it a defective phone that is brand new and the battery's gonna blow up as soon as you walk in and do an investigation in the woods? I
yeah.
think that happened to like four of my phones, the different phones that I bought, where the
Yeah.
batteries will explode. It's whatever was there was sucking the hell out of the
Yeah.
energy of the batteries, and the batteries are fully loaded. I go in there, not even a minute or two, drain the batteries. Right off the bat, drain the battery, or explode the battery, or,
Wow.
or imagine recording and you see and then you got a crack on your lens where your lens cracks or shatters,
Hmm.
but just recording because something shattered it. That's what would happen to me. It's just yeah, I had enough evidence to know what's there, and it's like I always get those people say, you're not saying the truth. I said, talk to the other people that got attacked there that went there and investigate. Uh, I don't mind taking somebody there. I'll point them to the location. So there's a
Yeah.
pass over there by those. There's two paths, one to the right, one to the left. Take the one to the left. Follow it. There's like a canopy of trees. That's why it was dark because there's a canopy of trees like covering each other like this, like a tunnel.
Yeah.
That's where it's at, man. It's like, uh, uh, I don't know. I guess the only thing I can say is everybody to their own works, right? Uh, 'Cause I'm more sure people have seen things out there. It just is it really what you're seeing? Is it your not your eyes playing games, but your mind playing games? But if you capture it on freaking camera, oh my god, that's a plus because
Yeah.
you capturing it in the camera. You're not just saying that you're capturing something. I think if I remember correctly, when they first started taking those photographs back in the day, in the Western days, the natives didn't want to get their picture taken
Hmm.
because they said that the cameras was capturing their spirit, right?
Yeah.
And people would laugh and say, "Oh, you're oh silly, it's just a camera." But in a sense of a way, there was a lying because look how many videos or cameras that took in pictures and they captured a ghost in a camera, or they captured an image of a Bigfoot or a dogman or it's something demonic or a troll or a shadow figure.
Yeah.
Uh, that's the evidence. But of course, there's people that want to say, "Oh, that's matrixing. Oh, that's pareidolia. That's
Yeah.
they always try to find an excuse for everything.
Yeah.
But it is
Hey,
what it
hey,
is.
let me ask you something, man. I recently talked to a buddy of mine here where I live, which I'm thinking about bringing him on my show pretty soon because he's got a lot of like spooky stuff and like scary stuff, but um, like more paranormal than cryptid or whatever. But he told me about a video that I seen, and I think they might have took it down because I can't find it anywhere anymore. Do you remember that one where it was a goat and it was like some kind of third world country? I can't remember where it was,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
it
That
was
it
a
was
goat
dragons. Yeah,
and it was dragging something underneath. There was something attached to it. First, it was close. They went up to the goat, and you could see something black holding on to that, from the bottom side where the belly's at, holding on to that goat. But then they kind of shake it off, or the goat shakes it off, or something, whatever. And then it kind of goes into the under the house, and
yeah,
then from under the house, it goes into the bushes. And they got it all on camera, like they followed it all the way. What do you think that's real, and what do you think that is, Abe? Because to me, it looks like a black, shadowy type thing with like a long black cloak that you can't even see the face or anything. And but it got no legs. It's kind of, I mean, if it's fake, what I think it is, they dragged it from the jungle with some kind of
yeah,
rope or something. Like even
yeah,
fish, even like fish rope or fish string, right, where you can't see it. And
yeah,
they just dragged it into the thing. Like it made it look like it was doing this all the way to the woods.
yeah,
What
yeah.
do you
That's what
think
it
that
seemed
is? Do
like.
you think that's real or no?
But I seen what you're talking about. It looked like something like that where you're talking about something's dragging it, but I think that was like in the Philippines,
Something like
uh,
that.
and I think that's dealing with that. What they were trying to make it seem like it was that was that the creature from the Philippines that's kind of like a
Kind of like a gin.
is the what is it called, the it's like bat like or
Uh huh.
like a vampire. The what is it called? Start with an A. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, I think it was. It looked like it was being pulled by something.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like to me.
Yeah, I
But
know which one you're talking about with the A. Yeah.
it's dealing with a. I think there's a video of it where it's a creature that can change into the form of people. And it is from it lives in the woods. It's kind of like
It's got a
it,
weird name, like Awutu or something like with the
yeah, with a
A.
name. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But I
I
don't
just
know.
remember the name of the being. But I
Yeah,
think that's what they were trying to say. It was.
yeah.
It drains the blood of people, kind of like a chupacabra, but it's called something else.
So you think it was trying to drain the blood of that goat or what?
Yeah, that's what I think was trying to do. Kind of like the chupacabra.
Kind of like the chupacabra, and they
The,
caught it.
when the chupacabra will leave one hole. That's it. It will leave one hole
Yeah,
on when it would drain
the
the
blood.
animals.
Yeah.
The blood of the animals is like a one hole. In the valley, we were having a lot of goats of being found drained with no blood. Some cows that were being found with no blood, and they would only have one puncture mark.
Hey, okay. Now that you're mentioning that, that was the time when the chupacabra craze was going on, like in the late '80s, early '90s, kind of, right? There was a
There
lot
was
of that. There was a lot of that going on everywhere, dude. When the chupacabras hit,
yeah,
that was going on in Mexican ranches and villages where they would find cows or calves or goats with like one or two holes in their neck with
yeah,
no blood in them. They were
no
just like
blood.
dry, like sucked dry.
Yeah,
You know?
people were saying it was a chupacabra. There was two theories that it
Yeah,
was chupacabra or the aliens that space because that time there was aliens being spotted, the spaceships being spotted.
yeah. I remember it was a different one. It was like with an A and a W.
The W.
Yeah, I can't remember
I
the
was
name of it.
fault or I was I can't remember the name of it, but I know
Yeah,
that it's within the Philippine.
yeah,
Said it's able to. It's kind of like a shapeshifter or something
yeah,
that is able to change form and it leaves
yeah,
the skin, and that if you hide the skin and if you don't get back to its skin, that when the sun rises it can die because or something in that nature. I just
yeah,
can't remember the name of it. But yeah, I remember animals being dead like that with no blood in them.
yeah.
They were being spotted everywhere, and like around
Everywhere.
I think it was like in the 70s.
Hmm.
You know how they talk about this. I see people that put pictures of like a deer on a tree or a cow on a tree.
Yeah.
Normally, what carries things up on a tree is like a mountain lion, or but there were in the
High.
valley. In the valley, there was cows being on top of poles
Damn.
on the power lines. Cows, the bodies hanging from a pole,
Hmm.
like literally on top of a pole, hanging, where something had killed it.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's some pictures that there ain't no mountain lion or a bear that can get up on a tree and just leave a deer up there like halfway eaten, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's high up in the tree, bro. There's no way. I mean, I know mountain lions they do take them up trees, but not that high. Not not not
Uh,
not
I've
not
seen, I've
30,
seen,
40 feet.
I've
Not
seen
30,
dead
40 feet.
animals on trees on Fort Hood, where
Yeah.
the cougars they
Hmm.
take them up to the trees, like a deer, a fox, or that they take their prey up to the tree. They take it up there so
Yeah.
no other animals will get to them, but there's other cougars that get to them. You know,
Yeah.
'cause they can smell them. But you know, it's like every time somebody sees a dead animal, they always say, "Oh, that was a dog, man. Oh, there was a Bigfoot that did that."
Yeah.
In the military, sometimes there was accidents that would happen where we're doing gunfire, we're going down range, and we have moving targets. And I remember one time we had a gone down range, and this guy's like, "Moving target." I'm hearing through the intercom, "Moving target identified. Fire on the way." Boom. You know, saber round. Boom. Hit the target. Following day, freaking cow is dead in the middle of the range, where he thought he was a mover. It was a mover, a mover. It was a cow. So there's a
Yeah.
cow with a big old hole in there, and you know, the company has to pay for that cow that they killed.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember you telling me that.
But you know, there's things that happen in the nature. But yeah, I've had some weird things happen to me up there when I used to work in the army in S3, which is a center of operations up on the mountain range by Clabber Creek. And I was saying the story where I was in charge of the setting up the talk, which is center of operations, and I was filling up the generator was fixing to run out of fuel and oil. It was nighttime, and it's raining real hard outside. So I put on my weather gear. I go out there, and I'm servicing the I put in mold gas in the generator. You know, I had already put oil, and it's raining real hard. And then next thing you know, I got my Kevlar on. I start seeing rocks land beside me. Boom, boom, boom. Big rocks. They're being thrown at me, and they're just coming from out of nowhere, you know. And one of them hit on my head on my Kevlar, and it bounces off. Where I heard that like a thump. So you know, I finish up, and I'm thinking it's my sergeant that messing with me. It's muddy as hell out there, so I go there and I'm pissed off, you know.
Mm.
And I go inside, and it's like, hey, why are you messing with me? And I look at him. He's in his regular BDUs with a cup of coffee, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" You know, he has no real weather gear on, or he's not wet at all. So he said, "I've been here all this time," you know. And I was telling him, "Well, somebody was throwing rocks at me," you know. And it's like following day after that shift, you know, because I had the night shift. I'm going back to the tent to get some rest, and then I hear the sergeant major pissed off, and he's like, "Who was a sick MFer that did this?" I go to the tent. The tent has the green cum on it. Right beside the tent, there was a big pile of crap, bro. High, like high off the ground,
Yeah.
big pile. And I know how cow poop looks or horse, and that didn't. It was massive, man. And he was trying to blame one of the soldiers that did that. I said, "There's no way a soldier's going to do that." You know, it was that big. You know,
Yeah.
what? Not even all the soldiers that were inside the tent all took a dump in the same spot. It would look different.
Yeah.
It was just a big pile of crap, you know. So since I was the lowest ranking guy, I had to shovel it up and move it away to a different spot.
Yeah.
What did that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, when people talk about Bigfoot, was it a Bigfoot? Was it a Bigfoot throwing the rocks? Was it the Bigfoot that took the dump by the Sergeant Major's tent? You know,
Hmm. Yeah.
what was it? Or was it a shapeshifter skinwalker? You know, I don't know. And to this day, I
Hey,
don't know.
hey, somebody wrote with the name that we were looking for. Ass wings. That's what they
Yeah,
are.
ass wings. That's it.
There you go.
I knew it
Yep.
was.
Dragon Paul. Thank you, man. Yeah.
Yes,
Ass wings. That's what it is.
the
Yeah,
ass wings.
they're kind of creepy. I seen a recent video. What was it? I think it was yesterday. Uh, there was like a big, huge bat-looking creature, like eating or something off of a human, bro. Have you seen that video?
Oh no, of a
Yeah,
human?
yeah, off a human, and
Where
the
is that
human
at?
was still alive. I don't know if this was staged or whatever, somebody in a costume, but it looked really real. The only thing that didn't look real. Like the person that was there, he was moving and everything. You can see him like he was like this. He was laying down on the ground, and I think it was like on top of him, kind of moving around. And it looked like he had big wings, big back wings. So people were saying that it was staged because that person that was on the ground wasn't like screaming or anything. So and this was in Mexico too, or something because they were speaking Spanish. They're like, look, oh my God, no, no, dad, no, don't get close to it, dad. And the dad was like, what the hell is this? And what the hell is this? And they're, it's kind of, I don't know, dude, but I mean, it looked pretty cool because
Yeah,
it looked like a real creature. But man, you never know nowadays, bro. You know what I mean? People were calling it like it had bat wings. People were calling it like the Mothman, and
I
I
need
don't
to
know.
look it up, man. Check it out.
Yeah,
I'll
check
tell
it
you
out.
because I seen the videos. I can normally tell when a video is
I wish I would have saved it and I would have sent it to you, man. I didn't save it. I just looked at it, but I didn't save it. I don't know if it
because
was on TikTok or Reddit
mhm.
or something because I get notifications on Reddit when it's about Dogman. And TikTok, well, I watch all kinds of TikToks, but I think there was one that I watched like creepy TikToks, the ones with the little scary movie, that scary song or whatever, and whether it's paranormal or I don't know, creepy creature or something. But yeah, I don't believe like 90% of that stuff when I see it on TikTok. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
they just do it for views.
for views and
Yeah,
people check it out. But I don't know. I think a lot of people pay money for it to be
yeah,
seen or something.
yeah.
Because me, I just put my stuff up there. And whoever sees it sees it. But they always send me a thing where they said if I wanted to be seen more to pay a certain amount of money, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just
Hey,
placing it
hey,
out there.
hey. Ivy Ramirez says she sent you that video, dude.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I need to check it out.
I think it was a TikTok video, man. If I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's like, man, it looks cool because it looks like a real creature on top of that guy. That guy's moving, but you don't see no blood. You don't hear that person screaming, nothing. So
Yeah,
like, I don't look too real. The people sound legit. You know what I'm saying? The people like, oh
yeah.
my God, oh shit, no manches, but no manches. They kept saying that no manches thing.
No manches, güey.
Yeah,
La bruja viene.
la bruja, yeah. And you seen the ones with the witches where they're like in one was like in Russia, I think it was, and they were like in one of those side by side doom buggies or whatever. And like, oh my God, he was saying it in Russian or whatever. Oh, oh, oh. And that old witch lady was walking like this every time towards them, closer and closer, and then they kind of go backwards and shit. I'm like, man, they're making that. Why don't you just go up to her and just run her over, see what it really is?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But yeah, they try to make it like a little scary clip kind of thing.
it's
But
like
like I
I'm,
said,
sur- I'm surprised nobody's gotten shot, man.
yeah, 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 for
Like
real.
this person playing a prank. There's other people that they're
Have
like,
Have you seen
"I
Have you
got you,
seen the
man."
ones? Have you seen the videos? The videos like they're like on TikTok too, where they like these paranormal investigators that go to like cemeteries in Mexico and they see like this witch that she's wearing a bag. She's like, "Oh," she's all dressed in black and like, oh man, I'm like, it's una bruja, no manches, way, it's una bruja, like that. And I'm like, oh, they're
Cousin
just making
Jesse always,
videos now.
always, always just send me these videos of those. I said, man, you can literally tell it's people.
Yeah, yeah, bro.
that
Yeah,
address it that way.
now there's
¿Quién
some,
eres?
bro,
They're
that
like, ¿Quién
there's some
eres?
that I click
¿Cómo te
on.
llamas?
Yeah, yeah. There you go. Those. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Por qué estás aquí? You know, shit like that. Like, what's your name? What are you doing here? You know, like what? Like she's really gonna answer. I came to get your soul. Come on, man. Those are like fake videos, stage videos. You know what I mean? Where they have
But
somebody.
they're staged, but they get a lot of views, man.
Yeah, they get a lot of
You
views.
see how
Yeah,
many views they get?
yeah, yeah,
But
man.
you can tell they're staged.
Yeah, yeah,
I wonder what they would do. They're really running to something like that.
yeah.
Like a
It,
lechuza turning into a bruja turning into a lechuza coming after them with her claws and stuff.
bro, another thing I'm saying, if and nobody ever shoots at them either. Have you noticed that? Nobody, nobody ever shoots at them. It's at night. It's creepy. They got them right in front of their headlights, but nobody shoots at them or nobody
Run
runs
them
them.
over.
Yeah. So you know it's staged, man. You know, like oh man.
But when the guy's behind the tree with the camera like this, and they
Yeah,
catch the Bigfoot walking,
yeah,
come
yeah, yeah.
on, man.
You seen that one with that Bigfoot that he's behind that tree and that Bigfoot just looking over at him like that, and then he
Yeah.
hides back, like oh my god, is that? And then he tries to make it real, like running away from it and shaking his camera like that. Oh my god! Come on, man. They try to make it as real as they can, but no, they're like,
And then they say, I'm trying to mess in the reputation of the cryptic community. You got those jokers doing it for you.
yeah.
They're hoaxers, staged.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there was a time like Vader Vibe said. He said, "Do you remember the time where where people were dressing like killer clowns and scaring people?" Yeah, that was another one. That was another one. That was another little stupid craze where killer clowns were a thing. You know what I mean? And they were trying to scare everybody.
In the woods. They were coming out in the woods.
Yeah, yeah.
Or they'll be
Dumb.
they're be dressed on the side of the road. They capture them on camera, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I guess they will use clowns because supposedly everybody's afraid of clowns.
yeah. Killer clown. Yeah. And like Delana said, at Better Buyers responding, I think that was more. I would think that was more than a prank thing, or more of a prank thing. Something very evil about it. Yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah. I think they did it to kind of like, just scare people. You know what I mean?
It's Dragon Paul said those fools got shot up here in Cali.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet you they did. I bet you they got shot up in a
They
couple
shot
places.
them and marshmallows come out of their body. Yeah, they're magical clowns.
Yeah. They used to come out with like machetes and knives. I said, come on, man. Oh, did you see that one where it was at nighttime and it came out and these guys got out of the car like what? They ran after it and they fucking took off running,
Yeah, yeah.
all scared.
I see one where
Oh
they see
man.
the clown, they get out the car and they jump it and they beat him up and leave him on the street. They get in the car and they take off. They leave the clown laid out in the middle of the street.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's just
But we haven't talked to him about the scariest of them all. Like the scariest of the leyendas de Mexico.
okay.
La
Which one?
Llorona.
Oh, La Llorona. Oh man. Yeah, that's the real deal, guys. That's kind of something like for
What
us
is
to
she
talk
called in
about.
different names, brother? The Wailer,
Yeah, the Whaler, the Banshee.
Banshee,
Yeah. Uh,
La Llorona.
but no, people think that that's kind of like funny or whatever. But that's real, dude. That's real. Kind of like Wendigo is for the Native Americans, where they don't really want to talk about it, or Skinwalkers. That's kind of like the same thing with us Mexicans talking about the Llorona.
Mm-hmm.
Llorona like a real thing, and it does freaking appear anywhere uh when you're like doing bad things or
Water source,
water.
rivers,
Yeah,
raining when it's raining.
but I think it's more when you're like doing some kind of black magic kind of thing, or just bad things
Unfaithful.
in general, bad things in general. You know what I mean?
Tell them about the time you seen him in Mexico, for the viewers.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, like the one we did, yeah, on my show about the Llorona, yeah, with Jesse, with cousin Jesse. Yeah. Well, first of all, explain what a Llorona is, man, because I don't know if everybody here knows what it is.
Yeah, the story of the Llorona is was a woman that was had children, and she was having an affair with this man that was married, and she thought that the man that was married was gonna leave his wife for her and her children, but he didn't. He left her, so she got mad and took it out on the children because she said, "Oh, it's because of you. He don't want to be with me." So she literally drowned the children in the rio, which is like a
River.
creek, a
Yeah.
river.
Hmm.
She drowned them in the river. So God punished her to roam Earth, looking for her children for the rest of eternity, right? Forever. So normally she comes after men that are being unfaithful, and she goes after children that are not baptized. You know, and she's dressed normally in white. Her face is covered. She's dressed all in white, like if I guess the white would represent like if she was gonna get married or something, but she's dressed all in white, and that's how people see her. Um, well, when
Like
she goes out
like
there,
she wanted to get married, bro. That was her
yeah,
thing.
like she wanted to get married, so she'll start when you hear her, she'll go ahead. Oh, shoot. Go ahead and tell them your story of what your experience,
Okay.
brother, of the
All right.
Llorona.
All right. So we were in Mexico. This is when I was a kid. We went down to Mexico to visit family, and my grandma had a big house, and it was kind of like a no, not corner house. Well, it was a corner house, but there was a creek that went by there, right next to, or around, I should say, around my grandma's house. There was a creek. I'm gonna say about a good 8 to 10 feet wide and deep. I'm gonna say about another 10 feet deep, whatever. It was a creek, and it was always running. Always had water running. Always, always. It never stopped. It always had water running. So this one time, I was playing with some kids, right? Some kids from the neighborhood or whatever. But this was like in a ranch. That's what I told Abe. This was in a ranch again, where my grandmother was from, right? Not a city, not a town, a ranch. Kind of like a little bitty ass town here in the states. Like I don't know, like your closest small town with maybe a population of 200 or something, kind of like that. And my grandma had her house, so me and my friends were playing in the backyard of that house, which was called a huerta, which is kind of like a backyard, but a huge backyard. I'm gonna say maybe half a block, uh, wide and long, whatever. And the river went around it, right? So it was huge for us to play in, right? And they had orange trees there. They had fig trees there. They had all kinds of fruits trees around there. Well, me and my friends were working. We were playing in that huerta, right? I don't know how you would call that here, Abe. Kind of like a big garden, kind of backyard thing, whatever. Anyway, so we were
Jardín.
playing there. Yeah. So we were playing there and we were playing, all kinds of games, hide and go seek, everything, right? But there was bushes and everything all around that place. And like I said, that river. So this was like, I don't know, it was already dark, it was like maybe
How old were you at the time? Like what
how
year?
how man, I don't know what year it was. It was a long time ago, but I must have been like maybe 7 or 9 or 8, something like that.
7 or 8.
Yeah, 7 or 8. So we were little kids playing around and stuff. And all of a sudden we were playing, right? I can't remember what we were playing then, but we were playing. and all of a sudden we heard this like wailing, like ooh, like that. Like, oh man, I got scared like a mother right away. I'm like, man, somebody's playing a prank on us, right? Maybe a neighbor or something trying to scare us or something. So I was like, what the hell is that? And that's what this Llorona thing does. Yeah, Vader said huertas are gardens. Yeah, huge
Yes.
gardens in Mexico. Well, anyway, uh, so this thing started where we started hearing this woo, like like what the hell? But back then our older brothers and sisters used to play pranks on us like that. They would do that. They would hide behind a tree or behind a wall and they go ooh to scare you, right? All the kids, that was the thing back then. So we're like, oh man, somebody's messing with us, right? So we just kept playing whatever. But I got scared. I got the chill, bro. When I heard it, I was like, oh shoot, man, what if it is something, right? And it kept going, woo, and they were like, man, that ain't nothing. There's somebody over there trying to scare us or something.
It sounded like a woman wailing.
Yeah,
Like,
like a woman wailing, yeah,
"Ooh."
ooh, like that, right? But you can hear it like it was a person. It's not, it wasn't actually a siren or nothing like that. So anyway, we were playing, and yeah, that's right, Delana. So we heard it, and all of a sudden, everybody just stopped and say, "Hey, man, that's just getting closer, dude." And we're like, really? Ah, let's just keep playing. No, no, no. Hold on, man. That's just getting closer. And we started hearing it louder and louder, like, ooh, like getting
Oh
closer. They're like,
shit!
holy shit. We're like, oh man. That's when my hair stood up, bro. Like, what the hell is that, dude? That ain't nobody no prank, dude. And this was at night, like I said. And that river. That river was right next to it. So we knew not to get close to the river, right? But we were, I don't know, I'm gonna say maybe the closest we get to the river, maybe I don't know, maybe 8 feet, something like that. And we were like, man, dude, that's scary. We said, man, what if it is something? What if it is La Llorona, right? Somebody said La Llorona. I was like, nah, it ain't La Llorona. Anyway, we heard it like real loud. Woo! Like, oh shit, we all ran, dude. We all ran towards the house. And we got like real close to the house, to the edge of the house. We're like, what the hell is that? And all of a sudden, dude, we saw something in that river. We saw a white light in the river. Like a white light moving right on that river. And it was kind of like hovering. Like, all you can see is a white light, basically, but right on top of the water of the river. So we're like, or creek, whatever it was. So we're like, oh man, you see that shit? Like, yeah, I see that shit. We said, F this, let's get the hell out of here, dude. We ain't gonna sit there and wait for it to come out and show itself, because that was another thing that if you saw her, they said that if you saw her, she would hypnotize you and take you. That was the whole thing back then. Because like even when we were bad, I remember when we were bad, they're like, hey, you better freaking settle down or the Llorona's gonna come and get you. So they would
Yeah,
always threaten us with that, right? So yeah, man, that's the thing. We didn't want to like witness it in person because we were scared that it would hypnotize us and take us to her to the river, you know, or to the whatever creek. So we were like, hell no, dude. And that's the only time we
yes,
heard that. That was the only time. And after that, we never heard again anything.
yeah,
Yeah, we saw that white light, dude,
yeah.
in the river.
I had the encounter with her. It was raining. We lived 3 blocks down where there was like a irrigation system, which is like a canal, and it was raining outside. I was asleep, and like a low pitch sound woke me up. My ears were
Mm,
ringing real bad, kind of like jet lag. So I looked outside, and it's just my ears. When they go lay back down, then I hear, and that's what I hear. Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? I
yeah,
said, it's probably a cat. Then I hear
get louder.
louder, closer to the
Yeah,
house,
yeah,
and I go look. My neighbor's light is on, but it's raining real hard, and I don't see nothing. Go
yeah.
back, lay down. Then I just my imagination playing games, and I hear
Oh, shit.
louder, like what the hell, And then by my door, by my room had a door to the outside, right
Oh,
there on the doorstep. "Oh shit, La Llorona!" I got up. I go to the other room. My brothers are sleeping on a bunk bed, and I shake the bed. La Llorona's here. La Llorona's here. My brothers, hey, leave us alone. There's no Llorona. You see her dressed in white, man. Pass by the window. Ooh, man, they jump off the bunks and we take a running. Our house was long. So we're running and we go to my mom. I grab my little sister because my little sister was like 2 weeks old, you know. Grab my little sister and we're like, Mom, La Llorona's here, La Llorona's here. She's like, Puerco pendejo, there's no Llorona here. Put go to sleep. Then by the window, because we had three windows in that room, you hear the first thing she had said on the others is that she was saying like mis hijos, but she was just making the wailing sound pass by the window. She was in the white thing, the veil.
The white veil, yeah.
Man, my mom seen her. She got on her knees, started praying Santa Maria Purísima, started
Yeah.
praying the Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for our sinners now and then. She's praying and she goes wailing to the front door and she's standing in the front door and she's like, man, it sounds horrifying, dude. Like,
Yeah.
little
Hey, and they
children,
say, you know what too? They say she's ugly, dude. She's like a death face when she
Yeah,
lifts up the
she just
veil.
wailing
Yeah.
loud. And I go to the door and say, Mom, should I open the door to see if she needs help? You know, and which I already knew was a Llorona. And my mom's like, Puerco pendejo, get away from the door. Don't let her in. It's a Llorona.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Now she said that, right?
she's praying, and then after like 5 minutes of wailing, we have our ears covered, holding the pillows over her head and stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, she goes to the front of the yard, through the link fence, through the link fence, because she's like in spirit form, right? She goes through there. We're seeing her going on the street. So we all get out of the house, and we were so scared. But then when we see her leave the house, we take off running to the front gate, and we're looking, and we're seeing her going up the hill and goes on the street. Next thing you know, we hear boom, like an accident.
Oh shoot.
So we're like, let's go investigate. We go up there, and we're not seeing no Llorona no more, but we're seeing a semi truck that's that's on like it's flipped over sideways. The cops get there. This semi truck runs into an Exxon gas station and is blocking the main highway. And they asked the guy if he's drinking and all this stuff. I said, no, I was driving. And the reason I flipped is because a lady in white, uh, in a white dress, passed in front of me, and I didn't want to hit her,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I dodged her. But he described the lady in white, La
yeah,
Llorona. Now we're telling her, yeah, he's not lying to you. We seen her at our house, but she
yeah,
was crying. But it's something I'll never forget, man. The
yeah,
way she wails, man, it just
yeah.
hurts your ears and
Scary,
shit,
man.
sends shivers.
Chills.
Like
Yeah. Send
it's one of
chills.
those cries where she's you could say in pain, but then you don't know what her intentions are. It's like she's in pain and in pain and angry. So she's kind of like wants to take it out on somebody.
Yeah.
One of those cries, but she goes after children that are not baptized, and she goes after men that are unfaithful,
Hmm.
men that are cheating on their wives. That's what she goes for. I don't know. It's just I remember that day. I'll never forget it. I remember how she looked, and yeah, she's kind of like I would say like their faith probably would be like death. Because that's what she is. She
Yeah.
brings death to the people that encounter her.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people that cross the border sometimes they run into her in the rios, uh,
Yeah. It's a
where
river.
people drown. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, because that's the thing about her that she appears where there's like bodies of water, like a river, stream, creek, whatever, and it's really scary, man. It's really scary to. I've heard, another thing that I've heard of people running into either La Llorona or the nagual, which is like the devil dog. Drunk people, dude. Drunk people that come home at night real drunk, like oh, like men that come home real drunk. They encounter those things, dude. I don't know why. Maybe because they have a spiritual opening because they're drunk. I don't know, but I've heard many stories about that, dude. Yeah, like drunk men. Like, damn, that's kind of like their
Uh,
sign to stop drinking.
the deer woman goes after him too. Deer woman goes after men that are drunk or being unfaithful. Truck drivers, they're like their number one at the lizard lots. You know, they go
Yeah,
after them. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
people that are being unfaithful. Let me see what Vader says. Well, it's crazy. They used to tell us the stories as kids. How crazy! It's scary, but glad we're made aware. Same with you, I am sure. Yes, if you park your I remember my dad parked the station wagon in the middle of a bridge where there's a water source underneath. And so we're gonna stay right here till the Llorona shows up. And we're like, there's no Llorona. Then all of a sudden, in the distance, you hear "Ooh." It
Yeah.
sounds faint, and then louder and louder and louder. My mom's, let's go, let's get out of here. He sounded real loud, and then he takes
Hey,
off.
Abe. What I've heard about something similar to that here in the United States is like a screaming woman, right, in the woods. That's like really common when that something's out there and it makes a noise. But at the same time, I've researched and found out that either cougars or mountain lions or something like that make that screaming sounds like a woman getting killed. But
Well,
I've heard
the
it's because
cats,
I've
it's
heard
kind of
it's
like the
like their
cat.
mating call or something.
Cats, baby cats can make the sounds of like a baby crying.
Yeah,
Cats, or when they're in mating, like in heat, they'll be
yeah.
making like a crying sound.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think the older ones, the older mountain lions and those wild cats, I think they make that woman screaming sound like a mating sound, bro. I think that's what it is, and that freaks people out, you know, because they hear like a woman
What does the cougar
screaming.
say? Is he like what's his name from Bugs Bunny? This is Sunday despicable, and I just laugh like Sylvester.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, that's Sylvester.
I've heard that video where you hear like they're. You remind me of that movie. What's the name of the movie? Shoot, where the PE teacher and the guy are in the room in the and the girls howling and everybody that's playing basketball in the gym or hearing her howl like a oh, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
That movie. Well, and that's just a way the when the cougars or wildcats are mating, they sound like a woman crying for help. That's
yeah,
what they try to say. But it's kind of like when I got lured in there, it was sounding like that.
yeah,
Uh, it says Chicano men, we Chicanas are faithful. I think most of us. I know I am.
yeah. Delana.
Here in New Mexico, the hitchhiking woman is a very common story too. Yeah, that's probably the hitchhike. Hitchhiking. That's what they do. I heard about the hitchhiking woman. It's kind of like a how do you
Llorona,
call it?
kinda.
Well, like a ghost like, but sometimes they say it's like a shapeshifter. That
Oh,
it's like tempting, like the dare woman, it tempts the men.
yeah,
Something like that happened to one of my uncles. He's already passed away, but
yeah.
he told me a story. But it was the
Hey,
story was huh?
yeah. No,
Go
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 ahead,
ahead.
go ahead, Abe. Go ahead.
My uncle was a truck driver, and he picks up a hitchhiker on the side of the road. But this is like in the 70s, and he's got
Yeah,
one of those cabs in the back, and I guess they went to the you get some rest in the rest area, and they get a little bit getting mañoso with a hitchhiker female,
yeah.
and I guess so when he was filling her up, it wasn't a female.
Oh man.
It wasn't a female. I guess it was a male pretending to be a female.
Oh man.
So he kicked her out of the cab, or
Now
kicked
that's
him out of
scary.
the cab. Now that's scary. It's like saying "Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead." Literally. So go ahead, brother Kalita. What were you gonna say?
Yeah. So I was gonna say, I also have a Instagram channel. It's also called Cryptid and Paranormal Kingdom, with underscore dashes in between each word. It's called like Cryptid underscore
Hmm.
and underscore paranormal underscore kingdom, right? And I got some creepy videos on there, bro.
Oh,
I creepy videos, and if y'all want to check them out, I got one where there's a thing that runs across the street, and it looks like and they finally get to where it's at, and they shine the light, dude, and they put the camera towards it, and it looks like the creeper, dude, from Jeepers Creepers, like eating
oh
on.
man.
Yeah, check it out, dude. It's pretty cool. And then I got another one where it's a truck driver driving at night, and on the side of the road, he sees like this little girl in a white dress, dude. Just out of nowhere, just like what would a little girl would be doing at night in a little white dress on the side of the road, bro? Like kneeling down, like, oh man, that's
No.
creepy. That's creepy as hell. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want to put that out there real quick. You guys
Uh,
want to
BP said back in the day, a little more detail in story, but also heard hoofs also would appear if you were dancing with a demon who appeared as a human. You got a story about that, right?
which one?
About the when the girl was told not to go to a dance, or
No,
I remember a story like that that happened down where I come from, the Rio Grande Valley, where
those.
the mom had forbidden the daughter to go to a dance, and she disobeyed her.
Mhm.
So she went to the dance, and there was this handsome man. She was dancing with this man, most of the night. So when it turned midnight, uh, they could see the hoofs, and the tail would seem to be like the devil, and that he took the girl.
Oh,
It happened in it's a story. I don't know it was a story that was real, or is a story that was made up, to scare girls from going to bailes, or to
yeah.
dances. But they say it was a true story that happened down there in one of the clubs in my hometown.
Right. Well, yeah, I remember you and Jesse had a lot of creepy stories from the Rio Grande Valley, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot of activity over there, man. Our town was built on. There's a lot of limestone, so that's why there's a lot of activity, man. You see from
About that, I heard about that.
lechuzas, brujas, brujos, man, apparitions, bultos, no shadow figures.
Hey, what about Lechusa? Somebody mentioned the Lechusa. Somebody said that their dad or their cousin almost got swooped up by the Lechusa.
Yeah,
You
well,
saw one, didn't you? You saw
I
one
got a
once.
mark on my face, but I don't know if it's from the lechuza or from the thing that I seen, the demon that ran into that dirt road down between Hargill and San Manuel. But yes, that happened to well was picking him up was not the lechuza. Was supposed like they say it was like some kind of bird, but then there's so many stories. There's some there was something demonic. But yeah, they can do that. They can try to take you. Especially if you're a kid, you'll be lighter to take. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Compared for them to try to take an adult. If you whistle with the lechuza,
yeah,
there's white lechuzas. We're supposed to be good witches, right? Of course, there's white owls. Then you
right,
got the black ones, dark pitch black, in which there is black owls,
mhm,
but you're not supposed to whistle at them because if
right,
you whistle at them, they'll come looking for you,
yeah,
and they'll try to scratch you. They might follow you for a week till they get a hold of you, but they're going to get a hold of you. I've heard stories where people whistled at one, nothing happens immediately, but then later on, like in a week, they get scratched by the lechuza when they're in owl form.
I heard babies. They like to take babies too.
Yeah, the babies. Basically, the what the lechuzas are. They're witches in the form of an owl.
No, yeah.
Some people call them harpies, and of course, the harpies are related to the sirens because those are the transformations that the woman that slept with the washers took. The ones that created the Nephilim, they turn into harpies and they turn into sirens. So they're the same, it's just different forms that they took. I remember a dark witch having little statues or figurines of sirens on her wall in the restroom, and I was like, Wonder why she has so many sirenas, mermaids on the wall."
Hmm.
It's because they were affiliated, because they were the ones that created the Nephilim. So that's
Yeah.
it's kind of like they're giving us some form of idolism. You know what I'm saying? Because they're the same, or the harpies and the sirens are of the same. There's some manifestations they took after they slept with the Watchers, but uh, the ability that the witches have is that they can turn into them because it's kind of like their soul is already sold. So they're here on Earth just to do evil. You
Yeah.
know, and what is sad is about this is that they could be a family member. The lechuzas could be it's also female. So what's in a female? Female, you got a mother, grandmother, you got an aunt or a great grandmother or somebody somebody in the line in which that's where generational curses happen, because it's within the lineage. Uh if they want to buy more time, the witch wants to buy more time here on Earth. Um they'll send the demon that they made the deal with to go mess with a family member, to mess with a family member, whether it's a son, a daughter, or an next of kin. This is where generational curses have so happen so they can buy more time here on Earth. And eventually when the time runs out, then the I call it the soul collector comes, which is, when people talk about a goat man, oh, just imagine it looks human with the leg. He could be in disguise. It looks like he's wearing a boot, but in the boot is the leg of a goat, or it's got
Yeah.
hooves,
Boost. Yeah.
which is the goat man, like literally a goat man, but it's a demon, and they come when it's time to collect the soul. Uh, and if they can collect the soul and they get sent somewhere, then you see that goat man messing with the people that send it to. Whether it's I witnessed it myself. I've shared the story with you about that day, what I witnessed. But yeah, but the lechuza has the abilities through witchcraft and necromancy to manifest into the lechuza and dark witches. Those are the ones that manifest like that, or the dark witches, and they normally travel in numbers. They're never by themselves. They always have other witches with them, and of course, they're doing the witchcraft and necromancy, so they do spells, they open portals, and other things come through there. When you hear little kids laughing or whatever, that's not children laughing; those are demons laughing. Mimicking children. Uh,
Hmm. Hey, have you ever told anybody about the pictures you have of, or picture or pictures? I can't remember, but I know one for sure. That you have of the little fairy. Have you ever told people about that?
I think I
Bad.
have it here. I've never really told nobody about the story.
Yeah.
But I would go to investigate that path in Elm's Grove because I knew there was something evil there, and I would go there and pray. Because I felt if I can pray, and that wherever I go and pray, I can get rid of whatever negative energy is there or whatever. Well, that day I was praying there in that path, and as I was in the path, it's like I heard in the distance like a faint sound, and it sounded like somebody was singing, but very faint, like something like very faint. So it's kind of like I started walking away from the location, and I started going between the trees, and I could hear the faint singing sound a little bit louder. And I'm looking, and it sounds like a first it sounds like a humming, buzzing sound, but then I could hear like somebody singing. So it's like start walking, and there's a creek. The creek is ahead of me. As I'm walking, the started sounding a little bit louder that I could understand, like something singing. So when I'm there, I just snap a picture. I take one picture of where I hear where the singing is coming from. I snap up what took one picture. I went back and I said, I guess it's letting me know to get out of here. I took it as a warning sign to leave that area. That's what it felt like to me, that it distracted me from there to leave that area. So I left the area. I got back home, and when I look at the picture, I believe I caught a picture of either a, because it says siren sing, right?
Yeah, they do sing. That's how they lure you in.
So I don't know if it was a either a fairy or a siren, because there was a creek, and the creek does have a water source. And I have her where she's sitting on a grain of grass, right? You seen it? She's like sitting on a grain of grass,
Yeah,
because you seen the grass that's right there beside her. And I got a picture of her where she's sitting there. And as for me debunking the photograph that I found what was making the singing sound.
yeah,
Delana seen it.
yeah,
I put the little fairy song for her, like on
yeah.
the video. I got it on TikTok. I
Oh,
placed
you
it
got
here.
put a little song
It,
on there,
yeah, like little fairy song.
every song.
It says there's one in the same hit there, Nephilim.
That's fun.
Yeah, she was wearing a little dress.
Yeah,
I mean, could it have been a miniature Llorona? I don't know. No, but I believe she was either, because they say that there's certain I think they're called tree sprites, or that they can how should I say, lure your way to certain areas, right? To trick you. But I think she was there to watch over me, because the other thing that happened that was happening, because I used to train at nighttime. That was one of the things that happened, and I would practice martial arts, or practice certain moves on trees. I was practicing on this tree by near the swing set, and I just heard like buzzing sounds all everywhere, like all on top of me, like some buzzing sounds. And I was like, man, what is that noise? Like I hear like zzz, 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 like something's making a lot of noise, right? So I said,
yeah,
okay, it's time for me to go. So I went back to the house. Following day, I'm watching TV on those projector TVs. So I'm watching TV during the day, and I see a what seemed to be that fairy that I caught on the creek inside my TV. And you can see her moving her wings and everything inside my TV. I'm like, how the hell she get inside my TV,
yeah,
right? So I'm taking pictures, and I'm trying to record it, and it's like I'm looking to see if anything is giving a reflection to make it seem like it's a fairy, but you can see the wings moving and everything. Next thing you know, it comes out of the TV, and I seen it go, and it went into to my treatment of my home, like it went through there real fast. So I said, just probably my imagination.
yeah,
Then there was a girl that was at the swimming pool, you know, uh, that she said that there was pixies at her home, that the pixies were playing games at her house, that she was missing jewelry, she was missing silverware and all this stuff. And I was like, the girl, she was like a stripper. So I said, man, she's telling me about pixies, and she had like an old tree in front of her home, like
yeah,
a very old tree. And I said, it's just probably just her, from working late or whatever, too many spins on the poles. And but she was telling me that there was fairies playing pranks on her, that she was afraid of the fairies, that there's pixies.
yeah,
So I was like, I went home. So then what started happening in my house, I start missing my silverware, like forks, knives, anything out of silver. I was missing. I would go to the luckily there was a Dollar Tree around the corner. I'll go to the Dollar Tree, buy some more silverware, take it to the house. Then we'll wind up missing. It's like my sister will buy silverware, wind up missing. So one day, me and my son were laying down in the bed. You know, he was small at the time. My freaking bed caught on fire from the outlet of the wall. So I had to shut off the fire because my box spring caught on fire. And I said, okay, let me move the bed a little bit away from it and just wait till tomorrow so I can find out what happened. You know, how this fire got started. When I moved the 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 mattress, I seen that there was some trash underneath my bed. So I said, okay, I'm gonna pick up the trash, right? I moved the box spring, the mattress, the box spring because it was a king size bed. What I found was this: all the silverware was on all four corners of the bed
Oh,
in piles.
okay.
So I believe that fairy was protecting me for something.
Yeah,
Listen to me, silverware.
yeah.
What was she protecting me from? Is the bigger
Oh,
question. When it
yeah,
comes down to silverware,
yeah. Silver.
because something was coming to my windows, ripping the screens off my windows, trying to take my Chihuahua dog. Something was coming to my home. Yeah, it would rip the screen window. I replaced it numerous times where it would rip the screen window off my restroom. The restroom window was a small window. It was ripping it off. Something was ripping it off at nighttime. Uh, but there was silverware on all four corners of my bed, like something was protecting me. And I believe it was a fairy that placed all the silver there because it was protecting me for something that's in this on those woods. And I think what's in those woods, when it was Shapeshifter Skinwalker, I guess form that I seen, it said it was a lycanthrope.
Mm,
We know what a lycanthrope is, werewolf.
yeah,
And I believe that's why those mounds were underneath my bed. I found almost missing silverware underneath my bed.
yeah.
No, it's crazy how the spirit works. You know, when a fairy is trying to take you somewhere else because it's trying to, you know, you're in danger and she's trying to protect you. You know, believe it or not, that's what I felt. That
Hey,
she
but
was
I've
looking up.
heard.
She
You know
was
what?
looking out for me.
Yeah, but you know what? I've heard that there's bad fairies too, bro. Not just
Yes.
good. There's bad fairies too.
So when you look at the picture of the fairy that I placed, what do you think about it? I
Man,
think I think I have a picture
it's been a
of a
long time.
fae. I think I have a picture of a fae. A fae. I just need to look for it, you know, because I've had so many on my phones that got messed up. I need to look for that picture, and you can literally tell it looks like a fae. It looks kind of mystical. It looks like a woman, like a sizable woman, but it looks different. But yeah, I don't know if they're the same. If pixies are the same as fairies, or anything that's
Right.
of mistical is of the same. You know, I don't know. What do
Hey,
you have you heard about them? What do they do?
well, I mean, they're the bad ones are mischievous too. They move things from one place to the other, so you think you're going crazy or whatever. I heard that they kind of put like spells on you and stuff like that too. But the majority of the time, I've heard that they move things around in your house. I don't know what that means, but yeah.
Uh, what?
Hey, they were talking in the chat. They were talking about Coco Pelli, man. The only thing seems like they know a lot more than I do about Coco Pelli, but the only thing that I know about Coco Pelli, supposedly to me, is this like this little Indian guy from a from a tribe, from an Indian tribe, that supposedly plays this little flute and he makes it rain. So he was like they had him like when they needed it to rain, they would call on him. He would play his little flute, and it would start raining. That's all I know about Cocopelli. But I would
What
really
is it? Is it like a pan?
I don't know. I don't know. They're saying that he's part of the Nephilim family too. I think it was BP that was giving the explanation.
He's saying he's
Or
sexual. He's
Vader.
like a succubus incubus.
I don't know.
But they're saying he's an incubus.
Okay.
Oh yeah. We want to talk about incubus. You know, when you talk about incubus, you talk about sleep paralysis, night
Oh yeah.
terrors, and sleepwalking.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Carlito's been through a lot of things like that, but yeah, I witnessed the succubus. They lure you in your dream when you're in dream, and they keep you preoccupied in your dream, like through temptation. I was always taken when I was being spiritually attacked by succubus. It was taking me to like New York, to a location in New York where there's this woman were dressed like gypsy, like you know those garments that is see through, and there'll be a lot of them. A lot of them around me trying to tempt me, and I'm trying to fight spiritually in my dream. But when that's happening, then the succubus is actually draining my energy. I was waking up with bite marks in between my legs. I was waking up with scratches, hickey like marks, and I was a single father. And they were waking up very tired, very weak, where I
Yeah.
wasn't really
Right.
getting rest. Very fatigued. So it's kind of like every time I went to sleep, the same thing was happening till I blessed my home. I would keep it clean, but even like that, it was still infiltrating my home. Um, then one day, it's like I remember that I was training myself spiritually to be able to fight against them. So I said, next time they show myself, and no matter how they look, I'm not going to fall to the temptation or anything. I'm going to ignore them and try to wake up. So I was able to wake up from a dream. When I would open my eyes, the succubus was had her mouth open. She was hovering over me. You could see white hair, but she was in spirit form, and she had her mouth open. She was sucking my life source, my energy. And when I seen her, I said, "I type bound and rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name." And her eyes opened up real wide, and she just went into little particles. Like she exploded when I said, "I type bound and rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name." I woke up, and then I heard somebody chanting outside my window in a different language. So I got on my knees and I started praying to our Father to call upon the heavenly angels to come protect me. And then didn't hear the chanting outside my home. But yes, it was a bad experience, but I overcame it. One thing that'll protect you, I'm telling you right now, man. Ever since that, I've been wearing this. I don't be having no succubus nightmares or negative energies. I got a piece of black tourmaline and selenite around me. I keep it around my neck, and
I
it
need.
protects me.
I need some of that. I mean, I need to get me one of those.
I got some, man. I got all kinds of minerals here that I can bless you with. I don't got
Thank
the other one. I got selenite. It's selenite and black tourmaline.
you. Yeah.
I sleep well, man. I sleep like a baby. But I did wake up with like a cut in my mouth. Today after I slept all just about all day. But yes, succubus and incubus, they attack. They keep your prerogative. The other because there's other succubuses, right? The ones that are in the dreams that trying to keep you distracted, like trying to tempt you. So
Is
if you
it?
can fight the temptation,
Isn't Incubus the male version and Succubus
yes.
the female
The
version?
incubus is the ones that attack the females. The succubus attack the males, but they travel together, and they
Mm,
also have a familiar with them. So there's like three of them. You know,
mm.
um, if you see, some people call her the sea witch. If you're in your sleep paralysis and you see her by the doorway or somewhere nearby you by the end of the bed, try to train your spirit to your left or to your right, because that's where you're going to see where it's right beside you, attached to you, draining your energy.
Yeah.
the succubus or incubus, whether you're a male or female, for those who have sleep paralysis. Uh, but I would suggest you want to deal with them, black tourmaline and selenite.
Yeah.
You can keep it on you, keep it in your room. Keep them away. They won't come near that. They'll stay away. So that's what I keep. Uh, they're you could say they're like temptress, right? Temptation. I don't know we're built. Ursula the sea witch. Ursula is a sea witch, but this is a succubus.
Yeah.
So they're dark demon. They're demons. They're dark beings, and they attack when you're vulnerable when you're asleep. That's when they attack you when you're asleep, trying to get some rest. When your body is sleeping, and you're in the dream state. That's when they come and attack.
Yeah.
They keep you occupied in the dream, but the succubus or incubus is right above you or near you, attacking your body where you sleep. Have you had those dreams where you thought you woke up and then you wake up again and again and again? Well, that's part of that, and that's when they're attacking you when you can't get up out of your wake up out of your dream because they're trying to keep you busy in the dream state. There's when you hear where sometimes people are having a dream where I had a dream one time where there was a guy with an axe and he was killing people and that he's dragging the axe on the ground. When I wake up, I'm in the middle of my living room and it's kind of like I'm dragging my leg. But that's another form that can attack. They're making you think in the dream, like it's not that it's you, but that you're seeing somebody doing something. It's kind of like they have some kind of control over you, right? Because I woke up in the middle of my living room. Think there was a time kind of like sleepwalking. My sister had sleepwalk, and I would have to follow her. My mom would tell her don't wake her up, and she'll be like talking to somebody that's not there. But that's part of that, like a succubus or incubus can take you in that way. So I'm just letting you know how to protect yourself. Black tourmaline, raw piece of black tourmaline, or selenite. Keep it around you. It protects you.
Yeah.
I keep minerals around your protection.
Hey, Abe, I'm gonna have to go, bro, because it's kind of late where I'm at. I don't know. It's 3 in the
So
morning, man. It's late.
we're in the yeah, it's 3:17. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
man, for keeping
No,
you
that's cool.
too
Yeah,
late.
I'm not used to staying up this late anymore. Ever since I started working at that job,
Thank you,
man.
brother Carlito. Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
brother.
thank brother Carlito for being my guest here tonight.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
absolutely.
For those that tuned in, we've been going on for a while. I think it's time to call it a night. I just want to say thank you for to brother Carlito for coming on and
You're welcome, brother.
sharing his experiences, wisdom, and knowledge here in spiritual encrypted encounters. And maybe one day I'll jump on his show whenever he
Yeah,
does start doing lives again, because I
yeah,
know he's a busy man, and we'll talk about whatever he wants to talk about. I
yeah,
just want to say thank you to him. I hope
absolutely,
you'll
brother.
enjoy the guest for tonight. And I'm hoping I can get more guests like this.
Yeah,
That we could interact and just speak spiritually or
yeah,
whatever, any topic doesn't matter. And we talk
yeah.
about a lot of things. You
Hmm.
you want to send yeah, another where they can find you again, brother Carlito?
Oh yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, my YouTube channel is podcast is called Cryptid and Paranormal Kingdom. I haven't been active for about 4 months already, maybe five, going on five. But I'm gonna start getting in there again. Like I was telling you, Abe, now that the hours went down where I work at, 40 hours a week, weekends optional. That's great because I can go when I want to. When I don't, I don't.
Yeah.
So I'm actually gonna have a little bit more time now to go back into my podcast, man, my show. And y'all welcome to check out my channel. Abe was my guest in there about 2 or 3 times already. Y'all can look him up, and we had a great interview. Um,
With
and
Jesse too, right? With
yeah,
female
with
Jesse was
Jesse.
there.
Yeah, we had one with Jesse. Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
that
So,
was a good one.
so it must have been three. Yeah, 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 man. And if you guys like do the Facebook thing, I have a group called Cryptid and Paranormal Kingdom with Carlito and Tom as well. Y'all can join there, or ask to be join, ask to join, whatever. And y'all can find me there. And also on, if y'all into the Dogman thing, y'all can look me up on Facebook. It's called the group is called North American Dogman Project Region 4. Uh, y'all can join there as well. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. And Instagram, I have a channel too, same name, all with Cryptid and Paranormal Kingdom, with all underscore dashes underneath in between each word. And that's pretty much it, man. Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks everybody.
Cousin Jesse said still waiting for part two.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we're supposed to do a part two. That's right. I forgot.
yeah, yeah. That's right.
Well,
Well, we'll
he
do
started
it.
working, and he's been a busy
Yeah,
man.
yeah, man. Y'all, yeah, we'll do it pretty soon, bro. As soon as I get back in there, we'll do it, man. Hell yeah.
All right.
All right, brother. Well, I'll see y'all. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you,
You have a
brother
good night.
Carlito.
All right, Dave. I'll see you later, brother.
Peace.
All right, peace out, man.
Good early morning. I hope you liked tonight's episode. That was brother Carlito. Uh, he wanted to be on the show tonight. I said go ahead. I hope you'll enjoyed it. Tell you I can make things happen, and I listen to my subscribers, to the people that are here tuning. I've been knowing Carlito for a long time. Uh, he's always been a good friend to me. To me, it's about getting the truth out there. We speak about everything in general. I hope. Let me see some of the comments here. Thank you. That's awesome, brother Al. Yeah, me and brother Carlito, we've been knowing each other for a long time. He sent me a request, and there was some things that were happening tonight, guys. That I didn't want to focus on the things that were happening because I don't want to dwell in the past. I guess I got in a message that certain people were talking bad about me, and they're talking bad about other people, and it's I guess they're like trolls, or sort of say shit starters, right? And I didn't want to focus on that, because I had Carlito had already contacted me during the day, so I start getting all these messages, and this guy named Larry, that he's not even on my friends list, sent me a message about this channel where I guess they were talking crap. I'm not. I didn't want to focus on that. I didn't want that to disrupt my show here tonight. But I will respond to the people that were sending me texts during the show, which was Sister Nellie Turner. Because I guess there's people that they were affiliated with them, and they started going against them. I guess it started since I'm a part of the paranormal roundtable on Fridays. They start coming after me. I know what they're about. Yeah, they are, how should I say, instigators, and I don't got time to be focused on that. On things of the past. So I just want to apologize. For to the people that try to contact me when I was doing the live. I'm sorry I couldn't speak to you all immediately. To me, that's old news. Those people are to me, they're the past, especially when they're just playing games. I'm not going to give those individuals any kind of I should say power in any kind of way, because I don't get time to be playing games with nobody. So that's why I never responded to anybody, because to me, those people are nothing in my immediate inner circle. So I'm not gonna give power to somebody talking negative to me, but I will look at the video, and if I have to address something, I will. But I don't want to do that, because that means that then it's about playing games, and I don't got time for that. Yeah. So that's why I was keeping it real here, and speaking, even though that was on top of my head, and when I was in the video here, Sister Nelly tried to contact me, but I didn't respond to her because I was doing a live. 'Cause sometimes that's the way it happens. When you got something planned out, there's always somebody, and that's what I speak about here, spiritual or cryptic encounters. Don't accept the negativity. Somebody saying about something bad about you, or lying about you, deflect it. Don't allow it to affect your heart and your mind, because that's kind of like a form of witchcraft and necromancy. When somebody's trying to do something negative to you, they're trying to see if you're going to get upset or something like that. So don't give them power. That's why, I hope everybody enjoyed tonight's interview with Brother Carlito. I've been on him for a long time. I don't overbuilt. But yes, that's one of the things that was floating around. But I said, no, I'm going to stay focused on the show. I don't got time for people that I've deleted from my friends list, because all that we're trying to do is start problems, or talking bad about people. I don't need those kind of friends. If that's how they want to be, that's on them. But that's not me. They want to dwell on negativity, that's on them. And it's like this: karma always comes back to people that are negative like that, especially if they're coming at talking bad about me. Well, Jesus Christ, the Heavenly Father, is my protector, so they're going to have to deal with him. They say that's all I'm saying. Yeah, we went strong there for a couple of hours, kept on going and going and going. Uh, but in saying that, I want to say thank you for those that tuned in, that were interacting with me and Brother Carlito, and we're trying our best to read the comments. To everybody that was showing their wisdom and knowledge. If anybody wants to come on, do a 101 with me here in Spiritually Corrupted Encounters, share your stories, or whatever you want to talk about, let me know. Contact me through Messenger, and we'll do live, like just like I did today. We can do it. We can make it happen. Right here in Spiritual Decrypted Encounters, you don't have to worry about anybody talking bad about you or anything like that. You just here, sharing is caring. We're here to share our stories with the viewers. That's what we're about. Is I'm just here with somebody sharing their stories, and that's how we're in our interact. Being real, 100% real. Uh, Sometimes you have to look at the people when they're speaking, right? That's as real as we can get. Uh, but here is a troll, and we already know who comes out trolling at 3 in the morning. I'm not even gonna say his name, because he ain't worth it. I'm not even gonna say his name. How about that? Yeah, it's like to me, it's when everybody comes out is awake at 3 in the morning. So it's like I'm wide awake, but I know some of y'all want to get some rest. But I will be going live tomorrow evening again. Uh, I went early evening. I know other people were doing podcasts over there, but you know, I'm trying to do my thing too. So I got do my lives. Uh, when I have a chance to do it, I had somebody that Brother Carlito want to come up and do it with me, so we did it. But in saying that, I want to thank all the admins that were here moderating, getting rid of the trolls. Thank you, Brother Better Vibes, for tuning in. I really appreciate you tuning in, and Sister Ivy and everybody that participates here. It means a lot. It's not just me doing the show that's making it happen. It's all of you that's making it happen, and I appreciate every single one of y'all that tune in at nighttime and make it happening here for me on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I really appreciate y'all. You know, we're keeping it real, so it's kind of like we're talking about something. I see the comments, and we change the subject to something else, and it's kind of like imagine being at a bar or at a social place, and there's a round table or just a table, and everybody's sitting on the table. Everybody's drinking something. Doesn't have to be beer. It's just something, and just socializing, and you're speaking about all kinds of things. Everybody's listening. Well, that's how I want to keep it here in here in spiritually encrypted encounters. I want to keep it real like that. It's kind of like if you're sitting here with me and like we're all in the same place and we're just talking. I want to keep it real like that. I am. In saying that, God bless y'all. Like I said, I hope you'll enjoy the show, and I will be going live tomorrow night again. I'm gonna say it. I'll finish it up with a prayer. Heavenly Father, this time I would like to say thank you for everything that you've done for me, my brothers and sisters, for awakening us, keeping us with a faith strong, not accepting any form of negativity. We would like to tie, bind, and rebuke any traps that are trying to be set towards us, any witchcraft or narcomancy. We tie, bind, and rebuke that in Jesus Christ's name. Uh, and we call upon you to do a clean sweep of our foundation, our home, and to protect us at all times. This I pray in Jesus Christ's name. And there is anything negative around us, we tie, bind, and rebuke it in your name, Jesus Christ. Amen. Good night, everybody. And thank you for the moderators. You did an awesome job. Like always, uh, knocking down the trolls, the corner of the cobs. Uh, Corner of the cobs, identify fire on the way. Brrr, brrr. Y'all do an awesome job, man. Knocking out, and it keeps it real, keeps you focused in the conversation. Appreciate y'all. Good night, and y'all have a beautiful, blessed evening. I will try to find though the picture of what I'm talking about that I think I captured like a fay. I'm gonna try to find that picture. I just gotta have to look for it. Good night. God bless you and have a beautiful, blessed morning and day. Peace out, everybody.